Warning: Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
So what I'm saying now is that you're going to have this massive influx of immigrants into the country that are better equipped. They don't have your legacies. They don't have your disadvantages. They're walking across the border. They're going to get a free lunch. They don't have to pay dues. But you got public policies in this country that are equating them to black folk. They're equating them to black, and what we've allowed them to do starting in 1970 is to wrap themselves in black folks' suffering and pretend somehow they suffered along with black folk. And therefore, whatever program is created under this misguided label called minority, that they are equal to you and over you. And we're going to deal with that whole concept of minority in a few minutes too.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like, share, and hype button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations, as well as joining the other link in the description, joining the Telegram group to help circumvent all of the shadow banning that YouTube has been doing within the new black media. With that being said, family, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got some things to talk about here today. We're definitely got to touch back on some of the things that was going on, the aftermath of Rick Chow. We're definitely going to talk about the challenge that we've been given by some of the people in his community. Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. And we're going to do some updates here as well. But before we get into all of that, let me go ahead and scroll up and give my B1 salute, shalom, and much love to each and every one of you. My sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Thank you for being here. She says, I ain't been in a nail salon since 2021. I feel you, my sister. God dang it. Nowadays, we got queens that can do it from the parking lot of your house if you want it that bad. But let's get into it. Shout out to our good brother Reparations Nation, Brenda Thomas, our good brother Rashad Wallace, P. Yvette, our good brother Black RU, our sister Starte Jones, Honey Brown Sugar in the building. Much love to you. Our good brother Retro Gemini, much love to you. Thank you for being here. Our good brother Damian Reeves, much love to you. Shalom, my fellow brother. Anna Jackson in the building. Much love to you, my sister. Thank you for being here. Our good brother RBJ is in the building, as well as always. Bet on Black. Much love to you. And thank you for being here, my sister. Much love to you. Always bet on Black. Make sure we got the Ruby Runner is in the building. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here, as well as our good brother AO is in the building. Shout out to you. Prism King is in the building. Much love to you. Our good brother John Son is in the building. Shout out to you. Much love, my warrior brother. Shout out to our good brother Black RU. Excuse me. Yeah, shout out to Black RU again. But shout out to our good brother Black Truth United. Thank you, as always, my good brother. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing. Our sister Priscilla Taylor in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Our sister Kim Brown. Our good brother DSB is in the building. Shalom to you, my warrior brother. Thank you for being here as well. Our sister Nene is in the building. Shout out to you, my warrior sister. Gregory is in the building. Much love to you. Our sister Shelly is in the building. Shout out to you. Christian Wright is also in the building. Much love to you. Rubies is in the building. Much love to you. King Youngling in the building. Much love to you. And for everybody who is not in the chat, much love to you. And for everybody who's going to catch this on the replay. Now, let's start out with our good brother Carmelo. Let's do that. Shout out to Claire Stew in the building as well. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Let's start out with the Carmelo situation. These are some updates here.
And this morning, both sides were allowed to give their opening statements in front of the jury.
Now, this is from yesterday. I have not pulled any of the information from today because truthfully, I'm actually waiting on people who've been in the room to give their insight on what's going on in the room. Shout out to our good brother Reef in the building as well. And we got a few brothers and sisters that are actually in the room with the media and they're reporting as well. So I'm not taking a lot of anything that I see in the media on the left or the right, because the other day I was watching the station. I don't know if you guys are subscribed or were subscribed or ever been subscribed to the Law and Crime Network here on YouTube, and they have an app and all this other stuff. They usually do, you know, the little crime type content. And I was listening to them discuss the first and second days, and I really didn't like the way they were basically really trying super hard to victimize the Metcalf kid. And they kept saying things like, well, he was stabbed to death and all this other stuff. And you already know about the wording. We've already been over the way that these people word these things. And I've been seeing the same thing on left-hand media and right-hand media. It seems like both sides of the media has gotten quickly on code. So I'm going to play this clip here, but then we're going to play a clip from somebody who was in the building as well. So let's go.
20 minutes each, and the defense saying self-defense is useless if you wait until it is too late to use it. In that moment, when Austin makes the first physical contact, he reacts in a split, he meaning Carmelo Anthony, reacts in a split second of fear and chaos. Well, why didn't he just walk away? There's an answer. After Carmelo defended himself, he ran. He didn't stab twice. He dropped the knife right by the tent on the bleachers. Instead of running to the exit, he goes onto the track and walks right up to a coach and stayed with this coach until that officer arrived. Amaro, your thoughts on the fleeing or the running to get help? I do want to also point out what the police report said about what he said, what Carmelo said as soon as he interacted with the school resource officer. He told them that Austin put his hands on me. He advised other officers that the officer said, I have the suspect or alleged suspect in custody. And Carmelo Anthony said, I'm not alleged, I did it. And he also asked, is the victim going to be okay? What do you think is going to be the impact of his own words as to whether or not he was fleeing or he was someone who was just getting out of the way of the chaos in order to then turn himself in?
I mean, we see consciousness of guilt in all of these cases, and we just discussed this in the last hour with Ted, but the consciousness of guilt, he did not flee. He went to a person in authority. He went to a coach. He dropped the knife. He didn't leave the scene. He asked how the victim was. He said he did it. He said why he did it. I think he did a very good job. And the defense did a great job, like Joanna just said, in humanizing him. We now know he's a straight-A student. We now know he has no contact whatsoever previously with the criminal justice system. We know he's an athlete. So you're coming into this with a 17-year-old boy who found himself in this predicament, and after it, he could have fled. He could have gotten scared. There was an exit nearby. He chose not to take it. Instead, he went to a person of authority.
Now, mind you, family, we knew all this the whole damn time. We've known this since the first live instance hit our ears. We read through the police report. We listened to what people had to say on both sides. But at the end of the day, we already knew he was a straight A student. We already knew he had 2 jobs. We already knew that the man was working hard to, hone his craft. But we also knew that those folks came over antagonizing him. So, yeah, it sounds good that they're, oh, well, now we know. Now we know. No, we knew all these things. We didn't need to wait until we got to court. That's why he was able to graduate, and they was trying their hardest to keep him from graduating because he worked so hard to graduate. But I digress. I just don't like the fact that they said that like that. Like, we now know. No, we knew. Shout out to our sister Naturally Torah in the building. Much love to you, my warrior sister. Thank you for being here. As well as Ramsey, the FBA. Shout out to our sister TT. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Much love to you, my warrior sister. As well as my brother from Watch. What's up with you, my good brother Gary Williams? Excuse me. Shout out to you and thank you for your Cash App donation, your super chat. Excuse me, your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Dedicated to Dr. Williams, blessings, brother Church, and my amazingly excellent FBA family. Shout out to you, my warrior brother, as well as our sister Patricia A. Jones and our sister Sean C. Shout out to you, my sister Queens. Now, also B1 salute the lunch eyes. Let's get back into it. Oh, and our sister Brooke is just at the building. Shout out to you, my sister. Thank you for being here as well.
So this Mr. Anthony made all of the right moves after the incident.
All right, so that was that clip. I want to get to the clip of the brother who was in the courtroom. Here they go. Sending me text messages. This is the brother who's in the courtroom and what he had to say about what he was seeing.
Video. Yes, on the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking, kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they start hitting him. Carmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time. Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in. Okay. And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out. He looked to the right. That's where the other little kid was filming, because they got some cell phone footage too. But that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell, and that's when they realized he was gone. So they were still punching. And when he fell, that's when they all turned around. They started chasing him. Austin tried to go chase him too, but he grabbed his chest. I guess he realized that something happened to him, and that's when he went down a little bit and he fell down. But all three of them were chasing him. But Carmelo was so fast, he got away and went around to the coach. And so you can see them on the video pointing toward Carmelo and the coach. And I can imagine, because Carmelo out of the camera on that moment, that he was telling the coach what happened. And then that's when Hunter said he whipped his head around. That's a true statement. He just wasn't sitting with you. He whipped his head around. You see him on the video. And that's when he walked over to where Austin was, but he never touched him. So all that stuff about him rendering aid and holding his heart, and he never did that, because the coach grabbed him and he was holding him. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where the moment went. But they did assault him, and we'll just play the game. Even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him, because he was unwanted. By your own definition in your word of him saying that leave me alone and I'm not going, you assaulted him, period. But they did beat him. And if you look at the, not the photo that Fox 4 put out, because that was one that they actually edited. I have the emails to prove it. But the actual Collin County one, you can see the webs and stuff on his eye. You can see the bridge of his nose is swollen. You can see the webs under his neck. And so that's the reason why they edited the one from Fox and kind of airbrush it. And you can see they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
Oh, okay. I need to get that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email.
I will.
I'll send it out to you. I've been doing this thing since last week.
Now.
Yeah.
I listen to. A lot of people don't know I listen to everything. I heard something. You said some 4 people, a light bright and a dark.
Yes, sir.
What you mean by that? Light
One
white
next
or
and one
dark white?
One next, one not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a black dude over there with them.
Yeah, 2.
It was a mix, and it was a brother.
Yeah, and I think.
So apparently there was 2 brothers, quote unquote, who was also involved. And someone put it in the chat that Austin's brother should have been arrested as well. Everybody involved should have been arrested. Everybody involved. Because if they were jumping this kid if that's what the case is, if that's what the video shows, all trolls, if y'all come across any trolls in the chat, just go ahead and get rid of them. We ain't even doing no trolling here today. We ain't allowing none of that. Y'all not getting no leeway here today. So family, all my mods, if you see any trolls in the chat, just go ahead, 86 them. However, let's get back to what we were saying here. If this is correct, and they were jumping Carmelo, and Carmelo had to defend himself in the manner in which he did, everyone that was in on that situation, everybody who participated in the jumping is responsible for Austin's death. Carmelo, however, is not. And that's how that works here, especially in Texas. If you guys go to start some crap and you put your hands on somebody and somebody within your group get unalived, then you're going to get put on the hook for that, especially if it's proven to be self-defense. You guys wanted to go and start some stuff. You guys wanted to be violent. More violence followed. And now, due to your decision, somebody has been, unalived. So everybody there should have been arrested. Everybody there should be arrested. Hey, Brooke, you ain't lying. That's why I as soon as I tell the mods, hey, mods, it's on you. Do what you do. They always quick, especially Miss Nisi. Miss Nisi is quick to get somebody the hell up out of here. Shout out to her. Shout out to our sister IM Key Era in the building, as well as the Law Solution in the building. Much love to the both of you. Let's let them continue.
So it was a school thing.
I think one more supposed to be there, but he was suspended.
But it was like a school thing instead of like
it was. I'm gonna just say this. Let me just be real. It was more than just a school thing. It was a I don't like you thing.
Right. Okay.
One of them ran track with him, so he definitely liked him because they were beating each other, whatever. But another one actually knew of him.
Okay.
And he just happened to go to the memorial and be friends with the twins and all that.
Oh,
I don't like you.
okay. So somebody else called
and that's
one of the twins.
And that's the one that wasn't able to make it.
Right.
Yeah, because he made sure he told me I wasn't even there. We know you weren't there. You suspended. And so at the end of the day, but there was a plan. And if you remember, if you look at TikTok, and I think they put it on Facebook as well, there was a photo showing the back of the canopy, and Carmelo was sitting in the grave, and it said 2 minutes before. That was that young man who took that picture 2 minutes before the fight.
Right.
And you can see him on the video coming in, entering into the canopy. He was coming in from this side to sit down. So when they came and they started arresting up on the little guy in the yellow poncho, they kept looking back, but when they started hitting him, they couldn't take it no more. So they just put their head down and stood there. Okay. But that little dude got back up and started filming. Yeah,
I got that too.
Yeah. And so that's the moment that that we run.
So that's the situation where they took everybody's phone, family. If y'all remember, when we read over the police report, there was a whole situation where they went and took everybody's phone off of the bus. So all the kids had their phones taken. This is probably why, because there's more evidence, there's more video, like we suspected, of this from different angles. Let's continue.
And so that's why you had so much of a smear campaign on all kind of people saying this. They worry about folk backgrounds and all that. We worried about this boy right here that's in here because he's still a boy. You know, he's a grown man. He was still a young man looking like a baby up in there. We worried about him being charged for something that he shouldn't have, which technically Hunter, those two boys, and the other 3 or 4 boys that helped him out should be charged with. And that's what the moment is. They should be charged with murder. Texas law reads, if you're in the commission of a felony and one of you happened to unalive, I'll use TikTok for the moments. Yeah. At that point in time, everybody who was acting in that felony now get charged with the higher crime of unalive. And that's why you hear Jeff Metcalf, Megan Metcalf, Sarah Fields, all these other people. That's why you hear them keep saying that, hey, Hunter didn't do nothing. It was all Austin. Austin grabbed the bag. Austin pushed him. Austin did this. When Hunter started it by his own admission on WFAA on April the 2nd, a few hours after they got from the hospital. He said his own mouth on that interview that me and my brother and a couple of our friends, we came. So he said he was involved.
And then
once again, and I'm glad he brought that up, because when we played the interview with Hunter on this broadcast, on this network, that's what he said. He said that, you know, he started it. He was going to grab him, and his brother wanted to protect him. He always wants to protect him. So Hunter has already admitted to being the aggressor in this whole situation, let alone 3 other people around him, let alone those 3 other people being bigger than him. So yeah, this is all looking the same way that we thought it would look. But let's continue. Shout out to Certified NC in the building, as well as LF Jasper of Yah. Much love to the both of you, and Southern Breeze as well. Much love. Thank you for being here.
He say, my brother like to protect me.
Protect me.
Yeah.
So if he started, his brother always come in to protect him and finish it. Is
Right.
what he said. So now you want to do this campaign, 18 hours on TikTok, all this stuff you want to do to try to uncenter Hunter from the problem, and then you give out scholarships to some of these kids that was involved so their mama can have money in their pocket and they won't testify. That's what these people have been doing.
Now that part is new. That part I had no idea they were doing. Them giving out scholarships to make sure that the children don't testify. Oh, that is some devious stuff. That is some devious stuff. Shout out to our good brother Black Truth United and our good brother Torian Reigns Reloaded in the building. Much love to the both of you. Thank you both for being here. Let's continue.
So it's just a moment to where at some point people need to understand that it's a little.
Yeah, they was doing that too, family. Walking around with that Confederate flag. You had about 2 or 3 of them idiot bozos across the street trying to counteract the protest that was happening over there for the supporters of Carmelo. So you had a couple of the Nabiscos right across the street with a white pickup truck and that flag that just walked by.
Hunter didn't do nothing. It was all Austin. Austin grabbed the bag. Austin pushed him. Austin did this. When Hunter was beaten, Hunter started it by his own admission on WFAA on April the 2nd, a few hours after they got from the hospital. He said in his own mouth on that interview that me and my brother and a couple of our friends, we came. So he said he was involved.
And then he say, my brother like to protect me.
Protect me.
Yeah.
So if he started, his brother always come in to protect him and finish it. Is
Right.
what he said. So now you want to do this campaign, 18 hours on TikTok, all this stuff you want to do to try to uncenter Hunter from the problem, and then you give out scholarships to some of these kids that was involved so their mama can have money in their pocket and they won't testify. That's what these people have been doing. So it's just a moment to where at some point people need to understand that it's a little bit deeper, and that's why in the opening statements he said what he said. You know, we're gonna show you the video to show you that it wasn't just a touch and a whisper and all that. We're gonna show you. We got the video. And so when you see the video, you're gonna know they assaulted him and he had no other choice, because guess what? We have no duty to retreat in Texas.
Right.
None. That boy retreated twice. He got beat up. The boy retreated. They pulled him back in.
He actually got beat up.
Yeah, he got his butt whooped. Yeah, that boy's a loving fighter. His own supervisor said that on TikTok from Foot Locker. He said that boy scared of his own shot. And if you were in that courtroom, they said that the other day on Wednesday. Right. He was in there. He was shaking. That boy was nervous. So at the end of the day, he's a kid.
So the video should tell the tale then, right?
It always have told the tale. But what they did not expect, they didn't expect that the community and other folks like myself and others would actually say, no, that's not right. So, I know you got a video because I knew that on the 3rd of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happens. I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court, or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice. If they don't want to use that video, they can't have no witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't put Hunter up. You can't put Jeff Metcalf up. You can't put Megan up. You can't put the folks that actually are on the police report, the 2 that wrote a statement, or the 70-something people on there. Nobody can say they said anything, because as soon as they speak, the only thing the defense got to say, do you want to change your statement? You want to retract that? You want to add on to it? And they say no. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Is that you?
Right.
Did you do that?
Right. Is
this what you said? And so it has to be played.
They need the they need that video. Boy, they can give me that video, man. Say, you didn't have no metal glasses on, so you can copy it.
Well, you had people try it. They got kicked out. Yeah, a couple times. So we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, let's go keep trying.
You plan on being here every day?
I'll be here every day. Yeah, since they want to be messing with me, I should have been on the road making my money.
Who's messing with you? Just
that's a whole different moment. No. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a whole. I know he tried.
I told you go that way. You went this way, now you don't lie.
All right, family. So, and I agree. I do hope that he's not exaggerating. Like I said, he said he was in there, and there's another sister that was also inside of the courtroom, and I'm actually waiting to hear back from her because I actually reached out to her personally. Now, the second update, family. Family, before we get to the second update, shout out. Oh, we got to give a B1 salute Gotta give a B1 salute to all that's petty. Y'all want to get a little petty just for a little bit before we get into the main topic of the day? Let's get a little petty, shall we? We got to just a little bit, You know, yeah, let's go here. Let's do it. Yeah, family, let's get a little bit petty, just a little bit. Chud the pussy. Daisy the bend over went back to court, you know, had a bond hearing. And yeah, it didn't work out for him. Didn't work out for him one bit. You know, he had people come in. And you know, they were willing to put up the $1 million or whatever, and the judge wasn't having it, and it was all kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get through these clips that I have here, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Let's go here, shall we?
New details came out yesterday in the Chud the Builder case, a.k.a. Dalton Etherly, who is charged with attempted murder after confronting a black man in front of a Tennessee courthouse. The state of Tennessee now says Dalton Etherly had no business being at the courthouse that day. They say he had a hearing earlier that day around 9 a.m., but Etherly didn't show up and a default judgment was placed against him.
Family, look at this man's mugshot. Does this man not look defeated? This man looks defeated. Unshaved. This man just... Oh my God, this man looks like somebody walked into his house and stole his goddamn cupcake off of his refrigerator because, you know, he used to be a little chubby tubby boy. But let's continue.
Etherly then showed up some 4 hours later, just moments before the shooting that took place around 1:15 p.m. And now listen to the state of Tennessee themselves on exactly what happened that day.
Immediately walks right in front of Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and now we don't have audio yet of it, but he stops right at Mr. and Mrs. Fox, and what can only be assumed is starts his live streaming right there. The same thing he does, approaches the first black people he could see.
And if you're unfamiliar with this case, this is what he's talking about.
Come on over here and chimp out. Look at this, you're chimping out. They chimp out every, shut up here. Come on, come do something.
That happens for maybe a minute right there. Mr. Etherly walks away, selfie stick in his right hand. He's still looking back at Mr. Fox over here. Mr. Fox is looking at him. Mr. Fox does get up and approach Mr. Etherly. Mr. Fox is seen in the video making gestures to Mr. Etherly. Mr. Etherly switches his selfie stick to the left hand. He puts his right hand in his suit pocket. This is prior to any physical interaction. Mr. Fox walks away from him. He comes back. Mr. Etherly is trying to reach something out of his pocket. Just common sense says it's a firearm because he has a selfie stick in his left hand. And then Mr. Fox strikes him as the gun comes out. 7 shots are fired within seconds. 5 of them, I believe, struck Mr. Fox as they went to the ground fighting.
Now, listen carefully to what the state says how self-defense doesn't apply.
Like I said at the prelim, some of these are going to be splitting hairs. Some of this law about self-defense, the proportionality of a punch compared to using deadly force, whether there was provocation that negates a self-defense claim, all those things happen later.
And then the state brings up what we've all known for a while, Chud the Builder's intent.
He has posted things on X, made other videos on X, on what his intent is.
I'm about to just blow his brains out. He pulls back around here, I'm about to blow his brains out.
For instance, on May 4th of this year on X, he posted, "Keep encouraging your fellow blacks to assault me. When you see a chimp with their brains blown out on the timeline, just know y'all did this to your own people." May 7, 2016, this is 6 days before this event. Judd the Builder posts on X, "I will defend my life with lethal force. Do not approach me with intent to threaten bodily harm." And then he posts another response to himself. "Series finale is dead chimp on the pavement and you monkeys riding when I walk free. Stay tuned."
Family, didn't we say, oh, when they get their hands on all of that content that man has been making, is going to put him in a situation that he cannot crawl out of. I was watching our good brother Torian Reigns. He did a video on Chud the Bussy. I think it was earlier today, where, you know, he made another video where he was sitting down at a restaurant talking the same nonsense. This man has set himself up for failure in many ways than one. I don't know what attorney will be able to pull him out of this crap, because he's clearly shown intent over and over and over again. And so one of his little white supremacist buddies, Alex something, I forget his last name, but apparently this guy goes around doing To Catch a Predator situations. And you know, that at face value is very altruistic, you know, going around catching predators and pedophiles and things like that. You know, I would tip my hat to that if he wasn't an anti-black racist. You don't kick it with an anti-black racist if you're not an anti-black racist. You don't want to go bail out a white supremacist if you're not a white supremacist. But yet he was in the courtroom and he was trying to show, hey, Your Honor, I'm willing to put some money up here. This is what I do. This is how I get my money. And the judge still said, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. We're not going to do that. We're not doing that here today. Let's go here, family. Shout out to our good brother, Black Truth United. Thank you for your Cash App donation, my warrior brother. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. And shout out to JJ in the building, as well as Jay Lovely, as well as I saw you come in here. Got to give a shout out to Charlie X. Much love to you, and thank you for becoming a member, my warrior brother. Much love to you. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. And shout out to Brenda Thomas. She says, thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always as well. My heart goes out for you. Oh, man, my heart don't go out far enough. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Now, let's get over here. Now, family, at first glance, we're going to play a little game. At first glance, how old do you think this man is? How old, if you had to look at this man and say, if they say, guess this man's age and we will pay you $1 billion, what would be your first guess? Because I would most definitely bet somewhere around 45, 46, maybe 47. If I got held down to a certain number, it'd be about 47. All right. 42. 50. Ayo, you know you must have seen this video already because you know damn well he don't look no damn 26. 43, 55, 46, 45, 47, 44, 47, excuse me, 43, 47, not 24. He's 12. Oh, 50, 48, 50. Yeah. All y'all that's putting 20s in there, y'all must have seen this video already because you know damn well this man do not look 20. 94, god dang. Oh, Tori, he said he looks like he rolled out of Shrek Swamp and showed up to the courthouse. Oh, family. Yeah, family, this man right here is a mean 26, and I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. He said it out his own mouth, and I couldn't believe it. Let's let him go in.
Would you state and spell your name for Madam Court or Madam Court reporters, I should say?
Yes, Alex, Alex, and last name is Rosen, Rosen.
Thank you, Mr. Rosen. Your Honor, pass the witness a couple of stacks of documents.
I think something needs to be on the record.
Yes, sir.
I noticed your t-shirt.
Yes, sir.
Go to school there?
No, sir. I travel the country for work, so I just accumulate college t-shirts, but I'm not college educated.
Oh, that's my alma mater.
Nice.
Just want everybody to go on the front end. And, that's where I went to college, Stanford University, Robin, Alabama. I say it all the time.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Rosen, I passed you a few stacks of documents. Can you tell the court what those are?
Yes, sir. So this document right here would be currently what's in my savings account on my Bank of America banking app. That is who I bank with. And then this right here, if you were to scroll through the pages, would be my Cashapp statements that, for the most part, get deposited into this bank account.
Okay. And you've got a lot of these, particularly transactions with Stripe.
Yes, sir.
In your Bank of America. Would you please tell the court what that is? What is Stripe?
So Stripe is like a payment processor. So what we do for work is we have a group, we catch online child. Oh, okay, sorry. We have a group, we catch online child predators across the country called Predator Poachers. And I'm from Houston, Texas, but we've been to all 50 states. We've helped get arrests pretty close to here, like in Rutherford County and Cheatham County, I think is how you say. So we've been literally all over the place. And yeah, so I've been doing this for 7 years since I was 19 years old. I'm 26 years old now, and I employ 20 people. And we do post our interactions online. It's similar to Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator. And obviously what you post online will get pretty censored a lot of the time. So we have a website called locals.com where you can post basically the uncensored interactions where you don't have to bleep out choice words or graphic things the predators might have said to the assumed child. So on Locals, people sign up. They pay a small subscription fee every month. And we have about 17,000 give or take paying members on there right now, paying anywhere from $5 to $10 a month. So obviously, over the years, that's accumulated, and we've certainly been blessed with the work we put in.
So when you have this $2,300 deposit from Stripe, that's just your membership fees, or?
Yeah, so people sign up throughout the month. So, for example, people that have signed up, let's just say on, what's today's date? June 3rd. So if they signed up like on May 3rd of this.
All right, so one thing I didn't know, and I'm glad I never signed up for Locals, is that it was owned by this man and his team. You know, I'm pretty glad that I never had the inkling to want to get on Locals. I didn't know anything about that. However, family, I got to play this here. Give me 1 second. Because one of his partners, the Alex guy, one of his partners has come out a bit upset, you know, saying, hey, I can't in good conscience continue to work with you while you out here trying to bail out this goddamn white supremacist. Let's go here.
I will not be working with Alex Rosen henceforth. I will not be collaborating with him on any preg catches. I might have to run into him at, different court events and stuff because we have done a lot of preg catches. We have done a lot of great work together. So we will probably have to be attending some certain court hearings and things like that. But as far as new preg catches or anything like that, or him being on this channel, you guys will not see him on this channel anymore. Alex has made his decision. Alex was on Twitter talking about how he supports Chuck the Builder, things of that nature. But then he did something even a step beyond. He went and donated $10,000 to Chud the Builder's bond so that he can be back free on the street. And I just cannot tolerate that. And I do not respect that. And I have to make a stand. Now, also, I want to take accountability. Now, a lot of people are calling me out saying, Jadeon, you knew he was like this before you even met him, and you still decided to associate yourself with him. And I have to admit, I did. You know, I am the person to where I naively believe that people can be better. I'm the person who literally went to go meet up with the KKK because I think that certain members in there can actually do better.
That should tell you a lot about this man. And yeah, I believe that, shout out to Winston, I believe he's Nigerian as well. I'm not for certain. I've heard that he's Nigerian. I haven't been able to find anything as of yet to corroborate it. However, I do believe he's Nigerian. I do believe I heard an interview with someone saying that he was Nigerian as well. However, I just don't want to say that and then come to find out he's not. So I'm telling you, I believe he's Nigerian because I believe I heard someone speaking about this dude and him being Nigerian. And really it was like in passing, he was talking about Alex, but he was like in his little Nigerian homeboy. So I'm assuming that this is the Nigerian homeboy. But let's continue.
If you watch that video with me with Tom Bowie, you will see that I feel like I've actually made a change in that man's mindset and that man's heart, and I have actually softened him. And when it comes to Alex,
all right, I'm convinced. You think you softening white supremacists? Yeah, that sounds pretty Nigerian tetherish to me. But okay, yeah, a suspected tether. Let's just go with that. I like that. WSW, a suspected white supremacist, a suspected tether. Let's go with that.
So at first, I did not want to work with him. There's old clips of me saying how I thought he was a racist. But when I started doing preg catching fully in 2024, I wanted to take it more seriously. We were having issues where, you know, different DAs were dropping our cases, and I didn't want that to stand anymore. So I looked and scoured the internet, and
Southern Breeze, you know you ain't right for that.
We can't keep doing this shit, man.
I started watching Alex's videos, and I came to find out that he is the best out of all of us, and that still stands true today. I mean, this year alone in 2026, Alex has done over 100 preg catches, and out of those 100, he has over 70 of them arrested, which is some crazy numbers. And so I swallowed my pride and I hit him up in October of 2024 to collaborate so I could learn from him. And we collaborated. And before we even got there, I was on guard because obviously I had seen those clips before. But after hanging out with him, I came to the belief of, hey, man, maybe he's really not a racist person. And maybe him hanging around me could change him.
Family, do he sound like one of those chicks who wants a bad boy? And he just keeps treating her wrong. And he's like, well, she's like, well, you know, I know that he's no good for me, but I can change him. I love him. I love him so much. And I know that if he give me the opportunity, I can make him a better man. That's what it sounds like to me. That's all I hear. Somebody who's getting cheated on consistently, who won't walk away because he's in love and he believes he can make him a better man. Brooks said, look at his slumped shoulders. he ain't no masculineness in those damn shoulders. That's a punk shoulders if I ain't never seen one. Simp boy.
And so for the last 2 years, we've done some amazing work. We've gotten some disgusting people off the streets. But the thing is, though, is the mission is the most important thing. I saw that we had a friendship, you know what I mean? Like, you know, not only did we have a common mission in hand, but we would laugh together. We would have fun catching these guys. And I genuinely thought I was making a change in him. Now, fast forward to present day, the reason why I'm not working with Alex anymore is me seeing him donate that $10,000. That is $10,000 that could have went to catching predators. That is $10,000 that could have went to cancer charities or homeless charities or things of that sort. That is $10,000 that could have went to the betterment of society. But he sent that $10,000 to the worst of society.
Translation, that $10,000 could have went to me. He could have took me shopping. He could have took me out to dinner. He could have took me somewhere nice, but he wanted to spend $10,000 on a racist. That's what I got out of it. Continue.
Someone that is tearing us apart, somebody that purposely wanted to get a free get out of jail free card to shoot a black person. And Alex decided to donate $10,000 to that person. And not only that, but he sees that him donating that $10,000 is the most important thing, even above the mission that me and him has sworn to do our best with.
Have to get together and get this guy out of jail for real. Like, to do it by telling the truth, do it by contributing a little bit. But man, I'm serious. Pro, if you also have that live stream, write a statement to his lawyer, come testify against this shit. Like, you know, do this lawfully. But man, come on, guys. That person should not have any fucking victory party, bro. I will literally prioritize fucking this shit over even catching the pedos, because that shit just pissed me off, man.
You guys heard him for yourself.
Send in the clowns.
Fucking this shit over even catching the pedos, because that shit just pissed me off, man.
You guys heard him for yourself. He thinks that, you know, supporting Chud the Builder, a racist man who was trying to find any excuse to shoot a black person, is more important than helping children. It's more important than getting predators off the streets. And nobody is more important than the mission. So I take accountability. I was naive. I thought him hanging out with me would change his mind. I've told him time and time again, man, you aren't like this when you're with me. Stop saying this stuff on the internet, bro. Stop getting a rise out of people. It's not fun to make people angry. I even let him know a lot of you guys wanted to support him. A lot of you guys wanted to go follow him, but you saw his past and you saw the things that he was continuing to post and you just couldn't. And you know what? I want to make a stand that this is not okay, that this does not come before the mission. And if I were to continue working with Alex, all that would happen is nobody would be focusing about the predator that we caught. Nobody would be focusing about the child that we potentially saved. Everybody will be focusing about this distraction. This Chud the Builder thing will become more important than the mission. And that is what I'm most disheartened with Alex about. And I called him and told him this on the phone. You are tarnishing your name. You are tarnishing the good work you are doing in order to promote and support this slop. And if I continue working with Alex, I would be contributing to that. I do appreciate him teaching me how to do this the right way. I will take that knowledge and bring it forward and keep on doing this mission. I wish the best for him in regards to prey catching. And I hope he would just stop this nonsense, stop this madness, and get back to what's really important, because Chud the Builder is not important. Not far from it. It should be something that should be disavowed. What is important is protecting kids. And that's my last statement on that.
And I would agree with him there. 100% fold. You know, but it shouldn't have took you this long in order to understand what was really going on. Really, you should have seen what was going on when he showed you the first time what was going on. You said several times over that you've seen some racist things out of him, but never nothing like this. Well, if he's willing to do any type of racist things, then you better best believe that he's willing to put that racism before every and anything, every and anyone. Because that's what supremacists do. They supremacists. That's what their whole identity is. So it's not surprising to me that he says it's more important to get Chud out of jail than to save the children. Because at the end of the day, they really don't care about the children. At the end of the day, they only care about their pockets. This is still content to them. Whether people know it or not, they're making money off of this. This isn't just altruistic in its purest form. They're not just doing this because the goodness of their heart says that there's too much of this in my community, it needs to get cleaned up. No. This is for money. In the very same way that most of these people who are talking about the Epstein files right now really don't give a damn about the children. They don't give a damn about the Epstein files. They only care because their side of the media tells them to care. The very same thing happened before Trump became president. You had the right-wingers talking about the Epstein files consistently. As soon as Trump becomes president, the left-wingers, who could have been talking about it when they were in power, started talking about the Epstein files and started putting it on their constituents' minds. So even though there were still some people who are Republicans who still want the Epstein files out, the majority of them stopped talking about it when Trump came out and started calling it goddamn fake news and all this other crap. You can tell when people really care about a situation because it's not going to be partisan. It's not going to be a partisan situation. In the very same way you can tell when a person really cares, it's not about the money. If they want to catch these predators, they're going to be out there catching those predators because they really, truly care about the children. And if they never get any content made off of it, they would continue to do it. That's how you know when people really care about something. Now, I got to go to one of our brothers before we get into the meat and the potatoes. And no worries, my sister, you ain't that far out. We only been in here for about an hour. We about to get to the meat and the potatoes. The reason why we're here, though. I want to go here. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the big screen. Speed this up so I won't have no issues.
The builder got a surprise of a lifetime yesterday. He went to court and that DA read the words that he says on social media. Oh, you could cut the tension with a knife. Oh, man, that DA is not playing with him. And at, some parts you see them pan the camera towards Chud the Builder, and he's just looking disheveled and just in shock of everything that's going on. His own defense attorney can't even say anything to make him look good. Nothing. I know my client has said some despicable things, that says things that are, insightful and things that, he couldn't even say anything nice about him. This was interesting. And I was a little bit worried about the judge. I'm like, oh, what is the judge going to really say to him? And the judge surprised me. The judge was like, I'm not going against what the first judge did. Because when you are out on bond for other offenses and you come here and you make an offense, the bond doubles. And that's why we're looking at it like this. Oh, that judge wasn't playing with him. You know what else that judge said? Because they're trying to argue self-defense. Oh, there's a video. We don't have access to the video yet. Because people are trying to come after Poetic Flacco. He's a YouTuber, and he's got the full video. So Chud the Builder supporters are trying to come after him for the full video. The prosecutors, I think, have the full video, but I think with discovery, it takes time and all of that. So they want the full video of the event. But they don't even have it, the defense. And the judge said something. He was just like, arguing self-defense is about proportionality. You had a blinky and he had fists. Self-defense is about proportionality. When he said that, I know Chud the Builder probably felt like he got hit with a sledgehammer. Those words, I bet, hit hard like a ton of bricks because that let him know where that court stands with him. And the judge also said, outside of the courthouse, there's a lot of signs everywhere. And the signs that we have plastered everywhere lets people know that on this property, you cannot have a blinky. And that's what you decided to use. Oh my God. Chud is cooked. When you looked at his face when they panned the camera to him, he was disheveled, unshaven, unkempt, and he looked extremely nervous. Like he barely even blinked. He was just like, this is really happening. Yes, this is happening. He even had somebody who is like a guy, a YouTuber, right? He catches like preds and all of that. He's like trying to put up like $100,000 for Chud the Builder. He's showing the judge all of his income, like all of his accounts and all of that. And just to show that he's got $100,000 that he could assure, or $500,000 that he could put up for Chud. But if it's only $100,000 that they want, because 10 people to give $100,000 or whatever, he's willing to do that. And the judge is like, I can't really accept this. And Chud is just looking like, oh, you're cooked. And then the judge made a comment like, oh, what's some gambling company was trying to bail him out too? What? That ain't really ethical. Oh, Chud, you done got yourself into some mess. Some mess. Because you know what? In Nashville, Tennessee, in Clarksville, places like this, and, it's a lot more, it's not like it used to be in the olden days. It's not like that anymore. In a lot of these court systems. They don't really play. Did you see all those black people that were sitting around like the in the courts, like behind the little desks and stuff, the working? The judge probably knows all of these people. Obviously, it's not how it used to be. You're surrounded by a lot of black people. It's not how it used to be, and you're just sitting there panicking. He was panicking so bad. It was like it looked like he couldn't even cast. And now the whole world knows who you are. Was it worth it? I think we should all get along and, try to see great things for each other. But the judge is seeing and hearing your words. and seeing what you do. How you try to divide the world. Oh man, this will be an interesting trial, and I'm going to be watching it. Let me know what y'all think. Shut the
All right, family. So that's what's happening with Chud the Bussy, the Bend Over, Daisy, the Tips. What gambling company? To be honest with you, it's probably DraftKings, because DraftKings be working with those folks a lot. Yeah, that's why I really don't rock with a lot of it, but it could be anyone, to be honest with you. But the one that I am very aware of is DraftKings, and they work with a lot of them supremacists. I know that. What's his name? Freaking Alex Jones, and what's the other guy's name? The guy who used to be the UFC guy who has the podcast. I'm forgetting his name, but yeah, I know that he has deals with DraftKings as well. But family, before we get to the next segment, or as my brother Damon says, the shrimp and the fried rice, not the meat and the potatoes, the shrimp and the fried rice. This whole segment, and I'm going to be playing this a few times over to drive the point home. This whole, thank you, Dana White, not Dana White. Dude used to be the broadcaster. He used to be Joe Rogan. Thank you, Nene. I don't know why the hell I was slipping on this man's name. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has deals with DraftKings, and I know that Alex Jones have deals with DraftKings. That the football player who became a wrestler, he has DraftKings. It's like I said, it's most likely DraftKings. But before we get to this next situation, let me give a B1 salute to the ears that hear the truth. Shout out to you, my sister, and thank you for your Cashapp donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. And before and through, and most likely after, I'm going to be playing this. So let me give a B1 salute to our good brother, Black Truth United, for everything you do in front and behind the scenes, and everything that you do with the B1 Rolodex. So this segment is brought to you by the B1 Rolodex. Let's go.
Introducing the B1 Rolodex, the easiest way to search for and support FBA and B1 businesses. Hundreds of entries from the Black grassroots for the Black grassroots. Free to use, free to download, constantly updated. Trouble navigating the document? Try using the map version. Notice a business missing? Use this simple Google form to submit an FBA or B1 business. Also submit anti-Black businesses, which are now being collected in that last tab. Find resources, contact numbers, and much more using the second tab. All the info you need to start practicing group economics today. Go to blacktruthunited.com. That's blacktruthunited.com.
All right, family. So let's get into the timeline of events. Monday, we got the verdict of the Rick Child case. And I didn't really get into much of the backlash and the things that was going on because I knew it was going to really take off over the next week. And I wanted to give the opportunity for, the family to come out and say their piece, and for the Black grassroots to come out and really say theirs. And I'm glad I did, because once again, we are shown why we have delineated. Once again, we have shown why it's important for us to support each other and get all these other folks out of our communities. I want to start out with what the family had to say about the situation. And I'm kind of disappointed in some, and this isn't a dig at the family. I understand they're grieving. I understand that this is a blow to them, but we got to discuss this, because family, if we do not, then this is going to only continue. Let's continue. Let's go here.
He was racially profiled. They followed him around. He was shopping. He took 4 waters, he put them back. He even showed them by shaking his hoodie that he took nothing. And he walked out of the store. He didn't argue with them. He didn't have any confrontation. He didn't curse them. He just walked out. He was respectful. And yet 2 grown people chased him. He fell and they shot him. He shot him dead, like as if he was a dog. And I do not understand how that jury can come back and say that he was not guilty. He was in a runner stance. It was shown by the pathologist, and they said he was not guilty. It was devastating for me to get a call from Alvin S. Glenn letting me know that Rick Chow was released. That broke me more than you can ever imagine, because my murderer of my son was set free. And it's not fair and it's unjust. And nobody can tell me that this is not racially motivated, because I'm not supposed to be on social media anyway. But when I go and I look at my social media, I have racist people coming to my page, going under my son's pictures, leaving the most horrific things, saying that they're glad he's dead, good riddance, and I am tired. I don't want this to happen to any other child. No black or brown child. You have to go through this. No parent should have to go through this.
And that's where I have to pause. And our brother Damon already knew where I was going to go with this. This has to stop. This has to stop. It is not a black and brown child that was killed. It was not a black and brown child that was chased for over 130 yards. It was not a black and brown child. It was a black child running from a brown man. The brown in which you speak of are the very same people that chased your son down and took his life. But yet you're still trying to include them into something that them they self are the perpetuators of. This has to stop. Even in the tragedy of your son's killer walking free, you can't just leave it for what it is. The truth. Let the truth be the truth, and let the truth shine brightly. You still have to muddy the waters. And I don't know if your attorney told you to say this. And I don't know who told you to say this, if someone told you to say this, if it wasn't just something that you felt you needed to say. But if it is something that you needed to say, you need to look inside yourself and ask yourself why. Because you just grouped the very same people that chased down your son into a group with your son and other people who are taken out by other people that belongs to the brown community. Because contrary to popular belief, brown does not just mean Mexican. Brown just does not just mean Latino. Brown means anybody who is not white in this country. That's what black and brown means. If you are not black, you are brown in the eyes of these politicians. So when you're saying black and brown, not only are you grouping these very same people in with your son and all the other family that's been unalived unjustly by these people, but then you are psychologically still putting more attention on the brown side. And I explained this to you guys several times over. One of my psychology teachers, when I brought it up, well, actually it wasn't a psychology teacher. It was my civil rights teacher, my civil rights professor. We was having a debate in class, and one person kept on saying black and brown, and I cut them off there, and I explained to them, it's not black and brown, it's black people. Brown people have their own representation. Black folk, we're the only people that got to group everybody else into our own interest. And when I said that, my civil rights professor said, you know what, you're absolutely correct. He said, a lot of people don't know this, but it's been psychologically proven through psychiatry that whenever you say black and brown, what it actually does is conditioning people to only hear the last bit of it. So while you're saying black and brown, people are sitting here basically internalizing the brownness of the black and brown. They remember the last thing you said and not the overall. And I took that to serious heart because that's exactly how it's treated. Anytime anybody starts saying black, brown, it is the brown that gets all the resources. If you've never noticed that, pay attention. Start looking back into some of the black and brown conversations. Notice when those conversations are over with, it isn't the black people that's getting the resources, it's the browns. So not only are you grouping those same people in with the people who are being unalived unjustly by these very same folks, but then you're putting more visual onus on these people than us. You're putting more spotlight on these people, not the onus, but more spotlight on these people. And then at the end of the day, these people take that spotlight and try to flip it around to make it seem like we're the ones attacking them. But let's let her continue because this isn't the only time she's going to say it. Exactly, my brother. Black and LGBTQ, black and female, black and minority. They consistently use this. This is a gameplay that they've been using for a long time. They use the black as a piggyback ride. Exactly. Exactly, my warrior brother. Thank you for that. Let's continue.
This has to stop today. And I just learned today that South Carolina, if it's a murder charge, that they cannot bring in any of your prior acts. Rick Chow shot 2 people before. Rick Chow accosted a child in that store and beat her up with a gun on her hip. And none of that information could be brought to light. And I do not think that is fair. And if that is on the law books, that needs to be changed. Because if that was not there, then my son would have gotten justice. And to allow this person to terrorize this neighborhood for 12, 13 years is ridiculous. And it's just showing that it's okay to treat black and brown people wrong, and it's not. My son loved everybody. He would tell me like, oh, Mom, you're being judgmental. You shouldn't do that. That's against God. And the devil shot him dead, and he laid right there. And we got no justice from South Carolina. And I think it is disgusting, and I don't even know why. I have no words. But every day I will not be able to speak to my son, hear his voice change, see him grow, go to prom. He will never get married. I would never hold my grandchildren, nothing. But Chow is able to go home with his lion son, Andy Chow, and they're able to have dinner with the wife, Alice, who all 3 of them came out that store and they chased my baby. And I think the entire family should be held accountable because it was racially profiled. And I do not think that it is right, and they all should be punished. And
I agree with her 100% right there. It's the next part that I don't.
I don't know what laws that we need to create to help our people, but it needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. Cyrus should not be gone. None of our children should be gone from the acts of racism, from profiling, from any of that. He should be here. And until the world treats us like we are human beings, I mean, come on. Y'all hire us. Y'all want us around. You like our culture. You want to listen to the music. You want to wear our clothes. You want to do all of that stuff. But when it comes to protecting us and when it comes to looking at our children, you look at us as if we are animals, and we are not. I am a college-educated woman. I hold a master's degree in information technology management. My son was not a thug. He was a 14-year-old boy who was trying to find his way. And for any person that acts like when they were 14, 15, 16, 17, that they did not do nothing wrong.
Oh, Damien, we're going to get there. Trust me. We're on our way. The train is off and it is going 135 miles per hour. That's slow for a train, but it's speeding up. Let's go.
That they did not smoke and drink and do and have sex and do whatever that they were not supposed to do by their parents. It is a lie. And it is judgmental. And I refuse to allow any of you to sit up there and make it seem like we were bad parents because we were not. All of our children make mistakes, but I don't see anybody saying, oh, well, you know what? My kid did X, Y, and Z. My kid did X, Y, and Z. No, they're coming onto my page and try to demonize my child, and I will not have it. And it stops today. Keep your opinions to yourself. And until you are in my shoes and you have to bury a child, I don't want to hear nothing from you.
All right, family. And I don't know if the mother is full FBA or not. I don't even know if she's FBA. I just know that this black and brown nonsense, this right here is a detriment. 100% fold, because ain't nobody else giving a damn. I don't see no brown people out here. I don't see LULAC. I don't see no dang AAIP communities out there speaking up against it, marching for this young man. I don't see any of these other people. All you see when you look up, you see a bunch of black faces. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you, 100% fold. I understand that the mother is grieving, the family is grieving, but damn it, you need to learn how to use your words in the proper way so that your children can be protected. LULAC speaks for those Latinos. The AAPI groups speak for the Asians. Who speaks for your damn child? You don't see no Congressional Black Caucus out there. You don't see the NAACP, the Urban League. You ain't seeing none of these folks. You don't see no Al Sharpton. You don't see Benjamin Crump. And none of these people are speaking about this. Where's D.L. Hughley? Where's Luke? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Miss Week, it's time to pull up to the South. I ain't heard nothing out of her mouth. I ain't heard anything from Ayanna Presley. I ain't heard anything from Summer Lee. I ain't heard anything from any Democrat on this situation yet. Exactly. Where's Kamala? So I don't give a damn about no Brown being attached to us. We're the only people who speak it for us. Why in the hell do you need to speak for an additional group of people that already have representation? Now let's get to what some of the family and the grassroots had to say. Exactly, since Kamala Harris is Asian, she should be speaking up about this nonsense. And it was her who was sitting up there behind Biden smiling when that Asian hate crime bill got passed. She sat as the lead of the Senate when that happened. So where are you at on this, Kamala? I get so damn sick of these people. Because guess what? In about a week or two, when they think we forgot, here you're going to see these people come all over again talking about some more nonsense. Hakeem Jeffries is still talking about illegals and how the ICE agents need to be held accountable. Where are you at, Hakeem Jeffries? Where are any of you at? Clyburn, this is your hood. Where are you at? So yeah, family, I refuse for anybody to attach any other group to us when talking about something that happened to us or something that we need for us. Shout out to our good brother Antithesis in the building. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother out here supported. And I truly appreciate you, family. Thank you very much. Family, I want to get to what some of the grassroots had to say. But first, I want to get to some of the things that some of the people in the Asian community had to say that was actually spot on. Now, this woman right here has a half black child, so she has a Blasian child. And this is what she had to say about it.
You're not going to like my opinion. My opinion as a mother to a Blasian child is fuck yeah, I agree with that. I agree with Black people wanting to boycott every single Asian business until our community can get our shit together. Because as a mother to a Blasian child, I do not want my child gunned down simply because he is Black. The fuck out of here. And even if I didn't have a Black child, that would still be my opinion. Because after 35 years, you think our community would have learned our lesson on what happened to Latasha Harlins. You think that we would have found a way to be in community with Black people. But instead, our community, consistently puts profit over people to the point where a bottle of water that is not even worth $1, a bottle of water that Cyrus did not even take, was the reason for his life being stolen from him. So yeah, fuck all those Asian businesses. Fuck all of them until our community can get their fucking shit together.
Repeat itself in the Rick Chow case is genuinely disgusting and disheartening. I think what's adding to that feeling is seeing some of the Asian American community's responses on TikTok reacting to people saying they're going to boycott Asian businesses and only deciding to speak on that point. There is so much internalized anti-Blackness in the Asian community, and I'm speaking on this as someone who's half Chinese and half Black, to the point where someone can literally be murdered in cold blood, and your concern is people online saying they're going to boycott Asian businesses. It's really something to consider, and it runs so deep that I don't even know what to do about it at this point. Seeing history repeat itself in the Rick Chow case is genuinely disgusting and disheartening. I think what's adding to that feeling is seeing.
So those were the two that I caught there, but I want to get to what the family was saying. Let's go here.
Black children don't get to be innocent. America has shown us time and time again that they will put a child's Blackness before anything when deciding whether or not that child gets to live or die. You've seen that in the stories of Emmett Till, George Stinney, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown. On March 16, 1991, in Los Angeles, California, 15-year-old Latasha Harlins walks into a convenience store. And from the moment she walks in, she's racially profiled. The store owner accuses Latasha of stealing a $1.79 bottle of orange juice. Latasha says, no, she's not. I'm going to pay for it. The store owner then grabs Latasha, grabs her backpack. And when Latasha tries to walk away, the store owner shoots her in the back of the head, killing her instantly. $1.79 is all Latasha's life was worth. And even worse, the store owner gets 5 years probation, no jail time. That sounds real familiar to the story of Cyrus Carmack Belton, a 14-year-old Black boy who was accused by a gas station owner in Columbia, South Carolina, of stealing a water bottle. Cyrus didn't steal the water bottle. He ran away, and the gas station owner still shot him in the back. And that murderer was just found not guilty. When you're a Black child in America, you better grow up quick, because you don't get to be innocent.
Unfortunately, I had to make this in the car because I don't like being emotional in front of my son, because I want to teach him that it's very important to use logic when making decisions and not emotion. But this situation, when it comes to Cyrus and Chow, is very touching to me, because I also lived in Columbia, South Carolina as a child. So I grew up, I know Park Lane, the Colonies, the Bishop, Denny Terrace, all of that. Project Baby. And if y'all don't know, I was also in the service, and so was my forefathers. I am a combat veteran. So this thing right here is very important that I share it. I also grew up in a house with an aunt who allowed her sons to carry guns, because it is very important. Also, now where I live at, I also went to school for 1 year. This place that I'm in now is in the boonies. It's a small part of North Carolina that is majority white. You wouldn't believe the amount of times while in school I was asked to go hunting. How many of these white kids carry around their dad's guns in their Jeeps? Because this area right here, people start driving crazy early. See, I didn't get to start driving and get a car until about 17, 18. But here, they start driving at 15, 16. They get that learner's permit and they're on the road. They giving their kids gun for protection just like we do. These kids, I guarantee you, my uncle is a principal and my dad is a teacher. If I had it set up to where my uncle brung in the police, gave us the ability to search everybody's car, I guarantee you a minimum of 5 guns will be found if we search each kid's car in the parking lot that attends these schools. I'm telling you, these white kids are carrying around guns at the same age that we are. Unfortunately, for Cyrus, he did not have the mindset to use that gun on all enemies, because living in the area that he was in, I also know that it's a high gang area. So that.
All the family. I see all the questions on the same thing. Why he got the ski mask on? He got that ski mask on, but preach. I understand the question, but he's going to answer your question in about a minute or so.
Gun that he had obviously was not for anybody who didn't look like him. Do I fault that child? No, I don't. Because in my eyes, if he did use that weapon against Mr. Child, Iris would still be alive. And unfortunately, his dad may just have to visit him in jail, not at the cemetery. Another thing that I like to touch on is that look at my comments in the latest video. That's all they're saying. He was 14. Why did he need a gun? He was 14. Why did he need a gun? I'm explaining this to my people that look like me because obviously everybody else don't care. They really don't care. They see us as subhuman anyway. I'm tired of trying to rationalize and make them understand because it's not that they don't understand. It's that they don't care. They don't care. So another thing I would say is stop putting everything on this internet. Cover your face when you're going on here talking about what you would do and what you ain't going to do and what you can do. It's not because you're scared. It's called being tactical. You don't give the enemy your location, your face, your anything because they will use it against you. Next thing I would say is stop buying all these guns and rounds and buy yourself some body armor. Buy yourself some tactical pow lessons. Because another thing that I saw while living in Florida as a military brat, saw two guys have a shootout in the middle of the street due to road rage and both of them died. Nobody's trying to protect their bodies at all. I'm going to go buy up all these weapons and all this ammunition. I won't even get to use it because this guy happened to be quicker than me. That's one thing that everybody else is doing that where, man, this man put up a 3-point stance. The same thing that you do at the gun range. He knew what he was doing. He locked in to hit his target. He wasn't running when he did what he did. He stood there and shot that boy in the back. What are y'all not getting? Oh, and the last thing, this 60 days of no Asian support? Are you crazy? 60 days? Chinese food ain't that good? Hair and nails, weave, is that important? Man, you better lock your hair up and rock your fro, man. Okay, so
and I'm gonna give a shout out to that brother right there because I agree with him 100% fold, especially when he's talking about being tactical. Family, when that one brother who was in the Walmart who got fired from Walmart because he went to the manager and he was explaining how the illegals that was working at the Walmart was racist to him, and then the manager fired him and all that other stuff. I said it then. We need to be way more tactful than what the hell we are, because it would be smarter if he would have stayed, said nothing about, what the illegals was doing to the manager. Instead, he should have been the inside man, and he should have been calling ICE every chance he got and got them folks up out of there. See, that's being tactful. So when this man is explaining what he just explained, and the major reason why he's wearing the mask is because of what he said at the end. What'd he say? Go and stock up on your body armor, stock up on your bullets, go to the range, learn how to use your power tools. I don't see nothing wrong with him wearing this mask at the moment while saying these things, especially if he has a career that he is being paid for lucratively. So yeah, that's why he has on a mask. And I feel like he's absolutely correct. And as our brother Reparations Nation says, he's speaking my language. He already knows. Reparations Nation will tell you about the tacticalness of what we need to be doing. However, that's why I wanted to include that. But I also want to go here.
And the gag is, if y'all so scared of us and y'all don't like us, then stop putting your stores in our neighborhood. I'm talking about hair store, nail salons, liquor store, everything you own. Go put it in the neighborhoods of the people you love so much. But the gag is, they don't want you over there because they're going to look at you how you call yourself looking at us. You in our space. Go somewhere else. Create your own space. Yeah, it's that type of time with us right now. But you can't go over there because they don't want you there. Yeah, over it.
Have y'all noticed something? Ever since this not guilty verdict came out for Cyrus Benton, you haven't heard from the Black Caucus or the NAACP. Where's Al Sharpton? What's all the silent treatment going on now? Why we getting a silent treatment? What happened? Y'all just totally just went silent on this shit? Yeah, exactly. Because y'all do what master tell y'all to do. Y'all the puppets and y'all black, but your puppet master is a white man, a white racist man that tell y'all when to talk and when to shut up. And this time he told y'all to shut up. I keep telling you, black folks, we are on our own. These are not our leaders. They will never tell you to boycott Asian stores. but they'll tell these young black boys to leave their college and give up their scholarship to boycott for them to get seats. You know, the seats that they sit in and don't do nothing for black people, those seats. But they ain't gonna tell you to boycott Asian stores, are they? Because they full of shit and they do what master tell them to do. Those are the original slaves. Don't think because they got a little chump change that they are not slaves. They are. They are the puppets. And the puppet master tell them when to talk and when not to. And I said what I said. And let's not forget, Biden and Kamala made sure the Asians had a crime bill. Black people still ain't got one. And you think the NAACP or the Black Caucus is fighting for that? Hell no, because they under Satan's authority. USA, under Satan's authority.
Shout out to that sister. Shout out to that sister. She said USA stands for under Satan's authority. Man, that's gold. Family, now that you've heard from the group, the Black Grassroots, also understand that people are questioning whether or not Rick was the one who actually pulled the trigger. People are questioning, and it's starting within his own community. It's starting to let things slip. Let's go here.
An old Chinese guy like Rick Chow is going to do anything to keep his son out of trouble, including take the fall for him. Now, other creators have been saying that Rick, at the age of 61, could not really have chased Cyrus Carmack Belton across more than a football field of distance. Andy Chow, however, Rick's son, who was only 20, I believe, could have easily done it. So I agree with them. I think Andy did it. I think Andy was the one who murdered Cyrus. And our hypothesis is validated by Chinese culture, Chinese immigrant culture. Working class Chinese immigrants like Rick Chow, who run a gas station, believe that their children are the future. Their children are their American dream, the ones that are going to, become white collar workers, become doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever. That's what creates so much pressure on Asian kids. There's like a stereotype. And for the most part, it is true. Then you add in the fact that Andy's a boy. And in our culture, you're supposed to take care of your parents when they get old. You're supposed to financially support them. We don't find it acceptable to put old people in a nursing home. So Andy was supposed to go out, get married, and find a girl who was also going to take care of those parents, if we're going by traditional Chinese values. I personally have had a few accusations against me that would have completely tanked my career from, Asian men, terrible Asian men, saying that I was harassing them. But that's beside the point. When my parents found out, they locked in and they were just like, anything we need to do to dispel these false claims, we will do. Now, the thing is, Andy actually did it. Andy actually probably murdered Cyrus. So Rick Chow and his wife saw their entire hopes, their entire American dream go up in flames in that moment. And I think they decided as a family to put the blame on Rick instead. Now, before you go saying that, Rick was being so generous protecting his son, no. Andy is their retirement plan, okay? He is their pride and joy, their bouncing baby boy, the thing that they will primarily discuss with other members of their community as a point of pride. He is a boy. Y'all on here who made this hypothesis, you are very smart. An old Chinese.
I got a good mind to think that Rick Chow didn't even shoot him. I believe the son did. Because looking at the video, that boy had a 20-yard head start on them. And Rick Chow, like 60 years old. Now, he ran over 130-something yards away. So you trying to tell me, with a 20-yard head start, that 14-year-old was walked down by a 60-year-old man?
Shout out to Southern Breeze. Much love to you. That case needs to be appealed immediately. Unfortunately, you can't appeal a case when a person is found not guilty. That's double jeopardy. So what I believe should happen, they need to reinvestigate, because like I said, I truly believe it was the son as well. And more and more people are starting to make that assumption. So like we were speaking about on the last broadcast when we were saying this, I wonder if they tested him for any type of gunpowder residue, whether being on his hands or being on the clothing. But yeah, I do believe they need to reopen the case. And I think that they need to take a closer look at Andy. But let's continue.
I believe the son had a gun. The son got to him first and shot him. And then when the daddy saw what went down, he said, I'm going to take the charge. That's why everything played out the way it is. And when you think about it like that, and then you go back and listen to his testimony and see how stupid he was playing, he sounded like somebody who it's like the whole scenario didn't go down the way they said it went down. You see what I'm saying? Because if I unalive you, you're not there to speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever went down is what I say went down. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I've been thinking about. How did a 61-year-old man, or however old he is, how did he walk down a 14-year-old who had a 20-yard head start on them? I believe the son did. I got a good mind to think that Rick.
All right, family. So that's what's been going on the ground level. Now we have to talk about the attorney. Sean Kent. We got to talk about Sean Kent, family, because Sean Kent, for some reason, thought it would be a good idea to come out and go on TikTok and post a 7-minute video about why he took the position, why he took that case. And family, the disrespect was so damn loud, it put me on a god dang deep dive into this man from South Carolina. And for those who've seen my short that I posted yesterday, you already know where we're going with this. But for those who haven't, let's get into it. Let's start out with what he had to say, shall we? So this was Sean Kent.
So I just got done defending a pretty high-profile case that I think most of the world knows about. And a lot of folks have been asking a lot of questions, and usually I don't talk about the cases, but in this situation, given the negative attention and the vitriol and the racist threats and the death message.
Now, first and foremost, we got to stop right there. We're going to stop right there real quick. Notice, this man is talking about racist threats and death messages. Family. Torian, if you're still in the building, what is it you say? Oh, that's right. I feel nothing. Nothing. You want to talk about racist threats and you want to talk about death threats while a black child was just chased down by your client and unalived? So you don't care about the black child and his life, but you want people to care about you being threatened or your life. Yeah, I don't feel nothing for you. But let's let him continue.
That myself and my family, I thought I'd address some things. And one of the biggest ones people have asked me is, why would you take on this representation? Now, first, I've been practicing law for over 25 years. Here recently and shortly, and actually throughout that entire time, I've represented 3 African-American males who are accused of raping a little white girl. I have represented an individual who was accused of killing a person, folding his body and sticking him in an abandoned building in Florence, South Carolina. I have represented a young lady who was accused of killing and drowning her newborn baby. I have represented countless individuals who have been accused of criminal sexual conduct, countless individuals who have been accused of child pornography. So represent an individual in Florence who was accused of murder, killing his rival along with his wife, who was also in the car. So there have been countless individuals who I've represented in the past. And so when someone says, why did you take this case? I don't judge. God judges. If you pick and choose who are you going to judge in your cases, it makes you ineffective of what you're doing. And so
no. If you pick and choose the type of clients you're going to defend, that means you have an ethical code. That means you have morals and you refuse to cross the line when your morality is on the line. That's what that means. It does not make you ineffective. And notice that he just named all these kinds of cases that he has defended. Basically to say, hey, I defend the worst of the worst. Well, that's a choice that you make. Because every attorney has the right not to take a case. Even if you're a court-appointed attorney, you can vocalize your objection to even being a court-appointed attorney for the guy. But that's not what you're doing, and that's not what happened. But continue.
people say, why this case? Well, why not any of those ones with the outrage that has come forth? As criminal defense attorneys, we represent the Constitution, we represent individuals. And so when people say comments to me, and I've heard a lot of them, like, you didn't have to take this one. Well, I don't have to pay my mortgage either, but if you...
Translation, family, a check is a check. when people say you didn't have to take this case and your response is, well, I don't have to pay my mortgage either, you just showed your whole hand. Exactly, my sister, and did it with sass, all kind of sass. He's telling you exactly who the hell he is, what the hell he represents, and that he gives no shits about nobody but his pockets.
Don't they end up taking that from you? When the individual came to me and requested representation, that's the second thing. Oh, you're just a token. You were just put on the team because you're black. I'm pretty fucking good at what I do, and I find insulted that for someone who would just say the only reason somebody would ask me for representation is because I'm black. If you check.
No, that's exactly why he asked you for representation. And I'm going to prove that right now. If you're so good at what you do, let's look at your website, shall we? Let's get into it, family. Let's dive into it. This is his law firm. This is his website, Kent Law Firm, LLC. This is his team. This is Sean. This is Jack Fierce. This is Debbie. This is Summer. This is Hardy. This is Trevor. This is Allison. But family, do you notice who you don't see here? Who's not a part of his team? I'll give you several hints. This is his picture. This man goes by the name of Jack Swirling, and he was also the lawyer for Rick Chow. Oh, yeah. If you're so good, why did they need an outside attorney that doesn't work for your law firm? If you're that damn good, why would they need another attorney who actually acted as the spokesperson after the trial? Who is this man? Okay, let's go here. This is Jack B. Swirling. He is a highly predominant criminal defense attorney based in Columbia, South Carolina, known for handling high-profile, violent crime and murder cases. He has been practicing law in South Carolina state and federal courts since 1973. This is the man that you linked up with to represent Rick Chow? But you're so damn good, right? So if you're so damn good, why did they need to go and get somebody who's in Nabisco, who's been practicing law since 1973? It's because you was not retained first. Jack Swirling was retained first. And he understood the optics of the situation. He said, not only are we going to get you another attorney because I will sit on as an attorney, but you're going to need somebody who shows the whole damn jury that you are not racist. So this does not become a racial case. And so he says, we're going to get you an attorney. Let me see. I know a guy. Yeah, I think I know a guy who might want the job. That's, in my opinion, how you got the job, because they needed a black face in order to protect another race. Exactly, my brother, a token who doesn't realize or want to admit that he's a token. You are absolutely correct. But let's get back over here to what he had to say.
see the things that I do. I am very damn good at what I do, and I'm a very good lawyer. And I will not apologize for being somebody when someone needs a contact and want a good lawyer. And the assumption is, which I hate when someone says they want the best lawyer, by saying that, you're saying the best lawyer can't be African American. That's disappointing on our parts. As far as the legal defense, when a person comes to us,
Notice how he tried to make that racial, but he tried to remove the race element from the court case in itself. Oh, when people say they want the best attorney, y'all make it seem like the best attorney can't be black. Don't play the black card now. Do not play the black card now, because as you stated, this case is not racial in your eyes. So you cannot come out and respond to people about why you're there using the race card. You're not going to be able to do that.
says the following sentence: look, a gun was pointed at my son. I thought he was going to die, so I fired and shot. That was the legal defense. So it was nothing.
Now, family, as the attorney, you have access to the discovery. This man has had access to the discovery since the case has started, since he's been brought onto the case. To say what the hell he just said is demonic as hell, because not only are you sitting there saying that you believe them, you're saying that you looked at the discovery. You looked at all the video evidence. You looked at them chase this man down the block, this young man, this young boy, this 14-year-old boy. You watched a man and another grown-ass man chase a 14-year-old boy down the street, knowing that he did not steal anything, knowing that he did nothing wrong. And you are saying that because they said that he pulled a gun on the dude, son, that you believe him. This is why we do not rock with these bootlicks. You coming out trying to explain away what's happening isn't going to work, because the average person with the good sense that the Most High gave them is going to ask those type of questions, is going to hold you accountable, because you do have access to all the discovery in the case. But yet you get online and try to speak to us like we're stupid, like we're overreacting. Continue.
Creative. There was nothing tricky. There was nothing fancy. That was the legal defense. Nothing was hidden. I don't want people to say there was all this great stuff. That was the legal defense. This was presented to a jury of 12 individuals, 7 of which were minorities, who heard that legal defense and said, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 7 of which that were minorities. Not black, not foundational black Americans. These were minorities. He made sure very, very clearly to say that they were minorities. So all these people who are running around here talking about there were 5 black jurors on the goddamn thing, I looked into it. They were 5 mops, as our good brother Black Alpha would put it. Melanated people of color. 2 women, 3 men. Then there was 2 white women, 3 white men. And then there was 2 people who used other, which means that that most likely was Asian. I want everybody to see the play.
Makes sense. I didn't create those facts. I'm also hearing, finally, probably most importantly, that there is going to, that people are saying we need to boycott Sean Kent. I'm not fucking parted. I'm not TJ Maxx. You're going to boycott me, and then someone says we're going to boycott him and we're going to take our problems to a white lawyer. Okay, yeah, that would show me.
Family, ain't nobody out here talking about taking their talents to no white lawyer. No one said we're calling the white lawyer. I have not seen not one person say that. This sassy ass ninja. Boy, this is probably the guy Roland Martin calls whenever he wants to go ahead and get another bussy on his, little iPad there. Yeah, that might be the case. But yeah, I have heard people say, yeah, excommunicate this guy. This man cannot come to the black community for nothing. If anything ever happens to him, do not call on us. And as we should. Oh, I see it in the chat, family. I see it in the chat. No worries. No worries.
Send in the clowns.
We don't need him. I'll enjoy jail, enjoy prison, boycott me if you will. But I will constantly and always fight for what's right. People sending the messages, and
you'll fight for what's right? You'll constantly fight for what's right? So it's right to take on a case that clearly exhibits murder. It's right to take on a case where your clients clearly chased a 14-year-old boy for 130 yards and then claim that they were in fear for their lives. You're telling me that that's right. Oh, when you lay down with dogs, you wake up with all kinds of fleas, ticks, and whatever else, rabies you can get from a dog.
some very, very, there have been some creative messages. I guess the number one is that you have no eyebrows and stuff like that, which I know is true. So there have been some very creative messages, but there have also been some insulting ones. And there's been a lot of people who have requested phone calls, and I've talked to them. If somebody sends me a message and it's nice and polite and say, I just disagree with what you do, I picked up the phone and I've talked to them, because I do think a system works better if you have an actual intelligent conversation. I do think there are problems with the way, and let me make this clear. The state of South Carolina did everything that they needed to do in this case. They tried their damnedest to present the case that they wanted to present. There's some very good lawyers in that office who I respect tremendously, and I know they're getting a lot of hate also, which I think is unfair, because they do what they have to do, as do we, and that's what makes the system work. If we do not fight for everybody equally, then the system fails and stops to work. And so I hate it, and I hate it for the young man's family. I hate it for Cyrus's family. I hate it that a young man died. I 100% do. Prosecutor said some stuff that there's a lot of things he is not going to be able to experience in his life, and I fucking hate it. I can't control that part. But I do. It saddens me. It saddens me that a young life has been snuffed out entirely.
I might have to do that, my brother. I might have to do that tomorrow. What is it, 6:18 out here? What is it, South Carolina? So he's what, an hour ahead of me? Yeah, I might have to do that tomorrow. We might have to make that happen.
Early, and I think whether people believe it or not, the defendant
or Monday, because tomorrow's Saturday.
He felt that he was in a situation that something had to be done, or his son would be dead now. That's his position. People disagree with it, but that's his position. And a 12-member jury heard that position and said the same. So again, people who are telling me,
all right, family, I'm not even going to play the rest of this because this dude is pissing me off. It's just so disingenuous. It's crazy. And I kept thinking to myself, if this man is married and if this man has kids, he needs to move to the Asian community and see how they do them. But then I started thinking, like, well, if he is married, to whom is he married to? So I started going on a little deep dive. And this is what I came out with. Before we get into that, a B1 salute to our sister, FBA Chosen by God. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. He is what a hollow, wicked soul looks like, and you are not fabricating in no way, shape, or form. I agree 100% with you on that. Let's get into it.
Family, I believe we've cracked the code. After doing some further research on Sean Kent here, I came across the name of his wife, Zaniyah Kent, spelled Xeniya. Now, when I saw that, I thought it was a sister. But upon further research, I came across this page. I said, well, maybe it's the wrong person because, people share names. So I Googled it and it pulled it right up. But then I noticed how it says she's originally from Kazakhstan. And so I looked it up and you can see right there, Central Asia. Now, family, do I need to elaborate? Family,
does that make more sense of why he decided to take the case? Once I found that out, all the pieces of the puzzle just fell right into place. It ain't because you was so good of an attorney. That's why they had other attorneys on the case with you. No. It's because those are the folks that you feel more tied to because of who you sleep with. Those are the folks that you have more concern for because of who you sleep with. Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, she spoke about how people will lay down with people in other groups and get up confused. This is one of those confused Negroes. This is one of those confused Negroes who think that he's actually as good as he think he is. He's living in a psychosis because he don't want to deal with the real reality of the world. You can tell by everything that he was saying that this man isn't living in the real world. I'm going to keep doing what's right. I'm going to keep fighting for what's right. You telling me that was right to fight for? You slowed progress. And I did hear that there were other black attorneys that turned down the case. He could have done the same damn thing. Now, family, I'm going to let the family get into it because the grassroots got on his head quick, fast, and in a hurry. Pause.
Sean Kent, you can say whatever you want on the internet to try to make it seem like you made a good decision to go in there and defend Rick Chow and his son murdering a child in cold blood. Stop calling him a young man. He was a child. He was a child. Nobody under the age of 18 is a young woman or young man. They are children. I noticed that you're doing that to try to make people feel like he's older than he is. You're adultifying a black child being murdered, and I really don't like that. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You're a coon. There's nothing you can say on this internet that's going to justify what you did and make you less of a horrible, awful person. Not all money is good money. I genuinely hope nothing ever good happens for you ever again. You genuinely should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know how you sleep at night. Again, I wish you the worst. That's all I have to say about that. Sean Kent, you can say whatever you want on the internet to try to make it seem like.
This was a comment from my comment section on the guy who represented Rick Chow. That's what we're talking about, right? And I'm not attacking her or telling her to shut the fuck up. That's not what I'm doing. Number one, him being a black man representing Asian people who have unjustifiably chased a black boy down the street and unalived him is absolutely a valid conversation, right? But I'm gonna stop right there because as the defense attorney, he has absolutely all access to all the evidence, right? He has access to everything that happened leading up to the shooting. Kent literally watched this boy put his backpack off when they told him to. He didn't disobey. He went over to the water section or the drink section, grabbed the waters, put the waters back. He also watched the Asian mom look at the boy and see him put those waters back. He then watched the boy go around and then they come up to him and interrogate him on whether he took something or not. The boy was still respectful. He didn't yell at them. He didn't berate them or anything like that. He watched that evidence. He watched the boy grab his book bag. He watched the boy walk outside. He then proceeded to watch these Asian people run out of the store after this young black man. He watched all that happen. The black boy did nothing wrong in that sequence. Now, my argument in said video had nothing to do with him being a defense attorney. I understand that him being he's a defense attorney. He's going to represent some of the worst people, but they absolutely choose who they represent. They absolutely choose. That means he had to ignore everything the Childs did in order to get to that moment. And here's my thing too. Go back and watch a 7-minute video. Go back and watch a 7-minute video. There's not one time where he proclaims that Rick Child was innocent. He talks about money, the Constitution, and who he's represented in the past. This was a comment from my comment section.
Not that I think that it matters, like my opinion matters, but
I used to be such a big fan of Attorney Kent in Columbia. And he kind of fell on my FYP during the whole Diddy accusations and trials. And he said, take that. It was cute. I thought it, I mean, and I was like, this is a black man doing his thing. He's good at his job. I kind of looked up a couple of his, cases, and he's good at his job. And he's from South Carolina. That's my home state, right? But baby, the way that I went on that man page yesterday and unfollowed him, how dare you? I get it. You got to take care of your family by any means necessary. But this wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary for you to represent that guilty man. Because I don't care what nobody says. We've all seen the video. I don't care if it was a piece of candy, 10 water bottles. I don't care. That boy was running away from you because he was scared of y'all. I think because he knew what you are potentially capable of doing. And let's just say, devil advocate, he was running because he stole something. That boy was running away from y'all. That $2 bottle of water was enough for you to feel like your only recourse was to shoot him in his back?
So I just want y'all cool motherfuckers to know that is nothing that y'all can say to change my mind or the way I feel about Sean Kent at Kent Law Firm. It's nothing that y'all can say to change my mind about that 14-year-old boy, Cyrus, because whether he had a gun or not, he didn't pull it out. He was on his stomach. The baby got shot in his back. Y'all are up here concerning y'all selves with stupid shit to give that damn whatever he is, Chinese or whatever he is, a leeway of saying what he did was right. The boy went in there on camera. He picked up 4 water bottles. He seen that lady was all up on his ass or whatnot. He said, fuck that. And he put them 4 water bottles back. He proceeds to go out the door. And they took it upon themselves to run behind him and gun him down. It's nothing that y'all can say under my post to get me mad, irritated, and out the way. Keep coming. Because the more you comment, the more I get paid. So I don't give a fuck. And I'm letting y'all know that now. There's nothing y'all can do to change how I feel about Kent. And there's nothing y'all can do to change the way I feel about Cyrus. Because we all have a 14-year-old son. And until it happens to your child, you're not going to give a fuck. But when it happens to your child, don't get on here screaming. Because I'm going to turn my back on your motherfucking ass. So I just want y'all cool motherfuckers to know that is not.
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it before everyone even finds out. The lawyer, Sean Kent, that defended the guy that is unalive, that poor little black kid, and got him off. I'm calling it white wife. I'm calling it right now. He's got a white wife. I am calling it right now, you guys, because no one with a black wife would have taken that case as a black man. No one with a black wife would have been such a traitor to his community. No, I'm calling it.
Hey, really quick, I just wanted to hand out the Coon of the Week award. Mr. Kent. He decided to be the defense attorney for Rick Chow, who shot down a 14-year-old boy for not stealing a bottle of water out of his store. It was clear as day that he did it. And then he gets online and says, hey, I take all kinds of terrible cases. I represent all kinds of terrible people. What's different this time? Okay. You would do it too for a check. And we just need to go ahead and exile certain people. You know what I mean? Like, you're not allowed to represent the black community no more. Let's just go ahead and go on over there. They paying. You know what I mean? Go on over there, but don't try to come back to us. Okay? Hope this helps. Hey, really?
So shout out to each and every one of them who came out and said what they had to say, and they're all absolutely correct. All absolutely correct. We ain't rocking with these folks. We ain't rocking with these folks. And since we're not rocking with these folks, you got to take notice. They ain't no Nabisco's coming out saying that he's a DEI hire now, are they? Although there were other lawyers on the case, I haven't heard anybody come out and call this man a DEI hire. Yeah, that's because they're rocking with him. The only people that's agreeing with him are the Nabiscos. Go figure. Let me give a B1 salute to Coco. Thank you for your PayPal donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister, as well as our sister Deb. Much love to you, and thank you for your contribution. Your Cash App donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as well, family. Let's go here, family. I want you to see the Nabiscos are out caping for them.
I want to have a real, honest to goodness conversation, a real one, if you will. I do not know any details about the Chow case that just happened. I do, however, see that the defense attorney who was in court is on TikTok, and he just made this video right here, and he's addressing a lot of things that he has been dealing with since the verdict has been reached. Again, I don't know any details, all right? I didn't follow that case. No disrespect. What I want to come forth and say is that I was listening to this defense attorney, and he was talking about how his job is to uphold the constitutional law.
Now notice, family, this woman quite literally with her collagen in her lips and everything has come out and said, I don't know nothing about the case, but the defense attorney is saying that his job is to defend the Constitution. If you know nothing about the case, why are you even inserting yourself into the scenario? Oh, I asked her that personally. I sent her a message personally telling her, if you know nothing about the case, you need to stay the hell up out of the business, because guess what? All you're doing is proving our damn point. But let's let her continue.
To uphold someone's rights from the Constitution. That's what his job is. He says he can't judge, meaning like how God judges us, because that would make him ineffective counsel. I heavily followed the Bryan Kohberger case all the way up until the verdict. And I know from the very beginning, a lot of people were having a hard time understanding how a public defender, Ann Taylor, who was assigned to Bryan Kohberger's case, represents someone like that, who brutally unalived 4 innocent people. And as a non-legal eagle, to hear from a public defender, from a criminal defense attorney, a private attorney that gets hired, and the answer is that it's to uphold someone's constitutional rights. And
yeah, family, I'm not gonna make you listen to the rest of that. I just wanted to show you the only people that's coming out caping for them are the Nabiscos. That's it. And this is how everything got popped off. So then we have family talking about getting out there and boycotting these folks. I mean, the Asians, that is. Let's go here.
And I need the Black community to be serious about boycotting Asian businesses. A change absolutely needs to happen. 14-year-old Cyrus, forever 14, because an Asian man, Rick Chow, pew-pewed him in the back for walking into his store, picking up water bottles and putting them back down. Dollar water bottles wasn't worth this little boy's life. And let's not forget that his Asian wife was the one that instructed him that Cyrus had stolen. See, Asian women can be just as detrimental to Black men and Black little boys as white women when they tell their lies. And Asian men are just as harmful as white men. Y'all come into our neighborhoods, y'all own our grocery stores, our corner stores, our beauty supplies, our gas stations, our dry cleaners. You overcharge us and you treat us like criminals every time we step into the business. When you open up a nail salon / eyebrow, your biggest customers are Black women. We put the most money into the Asian community, and y'all match us with discrimination. Black people, we got to put our foot down. We cannot continue to put money into the Asian community to continue to be met with them being the model minority and perpetuating the same harm as white people.
Asian American businesses have been operating in Black communities for 60 years. I'll say it again. The Civil Rights Act passed in 1964, and the United States opened the door to Asian immigration in 1965 to put immigrants in the way of Black people. And this idea that the tension between business owners and customers is one of mutual cultural misunderstanding that could be overcome if they just got to know each other better, the time for that has long passed. And as I've said before, the problem with framing the misunderstanding as mutual is where one demographic owns the businesses and the other demographic has to pay. There's no mutuality. There is a power imbalance. The only situation that I could see being beneficial at this point would require Asian Americans to be willing to leverage their ability to secure the business loans, to secure supplier accounts, and to attain business licenses, to open in Black communities specifically to hire Black people to work in the businesses and to provide the professional development opportunities so that Black people can become the leadership in the businesses in their communities.
Now listen to what this Asian woman just said. Now she's trying to come as if she's an ally, but listen to what this woman just said. This woman just basically said that these Asians that are a part of our community, that are having their business in our communities, should be going to go secure like supplier accounts so that they can then hire Black people to run their stores in our communities. This is what this woman just said. So even when they're coming trying to act like they're allies, I got finger quotes up. I know you can't see, but I'm letting you know, finger quotes. When they're acting like they're allies, they're still trying to leech off of us. Especially when they don't have to do none of that. We found out that, god dang it, a lot of these places, these suppliers, when you go to actually get some of their products, these folks have a requirement for you to get an okay from all the other Asian or the other freaking beauty supplies in the area. And because they won't give you the okay, the supplier won't sell to you. We're going to get into that too. But let's let her continue.
But I don't have a lot of hope that Asian Americans are willing to do that, because the Asian American business owners that we see currently are not even willing to treat their Black customers as human. So I fully support Black people boycotting these problematic businesses in their community. And I want to say that I think another thing that non-Black people aren't aware of is that it is not as simple as boycotting the businesses and putting them out of business and then opening your own to compete. Because the system will find ways to still not give them the loans or rezone them so they can't open a business or not grant the business licenses. And suppliers are literally conspiring against Black people who have managed to open a business in their own community to not supply to them because they don't want Black people competing with the Asian American owned businesses in the community. So I wish that I had more to offer in the way of solutions, but I really don't. But please do not gaslight Black people with respect to what the issue is.
I just passed by a boycott of an Asian hair store here in Houston. And immediately when I get on TikTok, I see a post of a young gentleman saying people all over the country are boycotting Asian hair stores and Asian nail salons because of what happened to Cyrus. The most liked comment said, "Why punish other businesses that had nothing to do that?" And my response to that is very simple. Because I can't look at the color of your skin to determine whether you're friend or foe.
All she had to do is hit him with that Ali line. Let's let her continue.
For years, y'all have looked at the color of our skin and looked us all as criminals, as has-beens. We ain't gonna never be nothing and we are tired. But when we do it to you, it's a problem. But Drea, we're not all like that. And I understand that you're not all like that. But I am not willing to walk into another store or into another business that don't have somebody that look like me to find out that you're not one of the cool ones. What do? We stop going to all of your establishments. We start supporting our own, period. I'm about to start putting together a series of Black Wall Street Zooms that is free, that is for everybody in the Black community that can come and start learning about resources in your area for you to support your own people. And I know that there's an app out there that you can go to. I'm not talking about no app. I'm talking about real conversations, real people that you can connect to in your area. I just passed by a boycott of an Asian hair.
And shout out to that sister. See, more and more people are finding new ways to get connected with each other so that we ain't got to worry about this situation ever again. Because the truth of the matter is, what really sets some things off is Lil Kung Pao here, who I believe is a nail tech. He has some things to say about the folks who were saying, you know what, we need to boycott Black businesses. And this is what he had to say.
I love when the Black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the Black culture and hip hop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are not neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money? A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English. And you're not embarrassed? Go to the bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Oh, family, in case you didn't know, this is exactly why I named this broadcast Challenge Accepted. Oh, buddy boy, you don't know what you did see. This is the same thing that happened with the goddamn African braiding places. You know, when we was telling the ladies, and the ladies were saying they were going to be boycotting these African braid stores, and all the Africans wanted to come out and talk nonsense to us, and we said, okay, we're not okay. Y'all gonna talk? All right. I tell you what, bet. Hold my beer. So now we're not just gonna boycott African braiding salons. We're gonna boycott African businesses all together. What ended up happening? You had Nadine coming out apologizing, saying this is not what she wanted, and this is not how the relations between us should be going. In the very same way they had to learn their lesson, guess what? You shall too. And trust me when I say, it's going to hurt you guys a lot more than it's going to hurt us. Before we get into this next little clip here, let me once again give a shout out to our good brother Black Truth United for everything that he's doing in front and behind the scenes with the B1 Rolodex. Let's go.
Introducing the B1 Rolodex, the easiest way to search for and support FBA and B1 businesses. Hundreds of entries from the Black grassroots for the Black grassroots. Free to use, free to download, constantly updated. Trouble navigating the document? Try using the map version. Notice a business missing? Use this simple Google form to submit an FBA or B1 business. Also submit anti-Black businesses, which are now being collected in that last tab. Find resources, contact numbers, and much more using the second tab. All the info you need to start practicing group economics today. Go to blacktruthunited.com. That's blacktruthunited.com.
So there's a video going around of an Asian man who I think is a nail tech talking about some, oh, y'all can boycott. We don't need Black people. We don't need y'all business. We have other businesses and we have college degrees. And we have businesses in white neighborhoods. We don't need y'all business. Now, mind you, we're like, okay, then get the fuck out. Right? Why are you fighting to stay with the people who don't want you if you don't actually need us? Close that motherfucker down, pack up shop, and head your asses across the red line. That's number fucking one. Number fucking two. I'm 37 years old, right? And I have been alive for all of the latest trends and things that Black women were doing. I know for a fact, and there's not a single Asian person who can say I'm lying. I know for a fact that y'all haven't done shit but jack trends and innovation from Black women. I know for a fucking fact. When Black women started doing the chunky earrings, right? It was like, it was a hoop earring, y'all. Y'all may remember it was a hoop earring with like the different beads and stuff on the bottom of them. Y'all seen Black girls buying them from Black women who were selling them out their trunks, okay, out their cars, out their houses, at their pop-up shops, and y'all shipped that idea straight to fucking China. And then y'all started selling them at a lower price. The girls were selling the hoop earrings for about $10. The bodycon suits. There were girls who were stitching and making them and selling them at the strip clubs. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The 2-piece bodycon suits. And y'all seen that shit, seen us walking around with them, and y'all shipped that idea straight to fucking China, had them make them and bring them back over here. Okay? All of our fucking nail trends. Okay? Y'all would see it blow up that a Black woman was doing them because yes, we been had nail techs. We been had fucking nail techs. A Black woman fucking did it and innovated that style, and y'all would hurry up and learn how to do it, and then y'all would be doing it in your shops for a lower price because the Black woman was charging more to do it. And it wasn't as accessible because there was only a few who knew how to do it.
when it comes to the hair industry. I remember before y'all started making lace closures, manufacturing lace closures, there were Black women who were making lace closures by hand. By hand. Before y'all started manufacturing 27 pieces, there were Black women who would buy the full length hair and they would cut them into the haircut. They would literally pull out the clippers and they would cut it into the haircut. Y'all shipped that idea off to fucking China, and that's where the motherfucking 27 pieces and shit came from. The curly wigs, there was girls who would make them by hand. They would by hand rod set, okay, the hair, and they would cut it off the track. They would rod set it, and then they would stitch the hair into those nets, into the wig cap nets, and then boom, that's a curly wig. And then y'all shipped that idea off to China, and y'all started manufacturing. Motherfuckers, y'all bitches ain't did shit but sit in our community and jack our creativity this whole fucking time. I want y'all to come say I'm lying. Call your mammy. Call your stank rot coochie ass mammy and bring her ass in here to say if I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Bring your long face, slap faced ass uncle and pappy and bring them in here to say if I'm lying. Y'all ain't did shit but swagger jack us for decades. For decades. And y'all actually destroyed Black businesses. The man wants to sit up here and say, oh, why y'all don't start your own businesses? Every single one of these ladies who were selling their stuff, who were selling their stuff out of their house, out of their salons. Y'all shut their fucking businesses down because you're manufacturing the shit with cheap fucking quality and machines. And that young lady was doing it by hand. Y'all some lazy motherfuckers, to be honest. And it's so crazy how every time we turn around, there's an immigrant group who says, oh, y'all won't survive without us. Trump didn't think so. He started deporting y'all fuck asses anyway. And the world still went on, did it not? Did it not? Because I see people working at the city I'm in. They got so much motherfucking construction. Guess who I see out there? White men and Black men. I still see a few Latinos out there, but there's a lot more white men and Black men out there. What y'all have to understand is y'all ain't shit but a cog in the system. The world will go on. The world will go on. Okay? Don't overestimate your fucking value in this country. Okay? Just like with the railroads. The Chinese did not do all the railroads. Black men did the railroads in the South. Black men did the railroads. Black men did 75% of the fucking railroads. Y'all did 25% and want to keep running with that fucking narrative. Okay? Y'all keep on playing and y'all gonna have a whole bigger problem than y'all thought. It's gonna go past the boycott and it's gonna go to us lobbying for them to bring back that Chinese Exclusion Act since y'all forgot where the fuck y'all came from. Have a good day. So there's a video going around of an Asian man who I think is a nail tech.
Shout out to Jazzy. Shout out to Jazzy. Shout out to Jazzy. And she said the simplest things, but she put so much emphasis on each and every part, especially the end part. Yeah, I think it's about time that we start lobbying to start bringing back those Asian quotas to make sure that we ain't got to deal with these kind of people in our communities anymore. Yeah, shout out to her. Because when we're dealing with those people in our communities and we're trying to build wealth in our communities, this is the kind of stuff that we get.
Other beauty supply stores in her area. And the allegations are those stores said no.
So I did not know that in order to own a beauty supply store and get supplies from a distributor, you have to get the permission of other beauty supply stores surrounding your area. I did not know that. And what she was saying was a lady named Matisse was trying to start a Black-owned beauty supply store, but she could not get the distributors to give her products because all the Asian beauty supply stores said no. So you have to get the permission of all the surrounding beauty supply stores in order to get products from the distributor, which I knew because I figured something was wrong every time a Black person tried to open up a beauty supply store. What kind of law is that you got to get the approval of all the surrounding beauty supply stores? So that's like a monopoly. So the Asian beauty supply stores have a monopoly in our neighborhood where we can't open up a beauty supply store and get supplies from the distributor because they are saying no. But yet you keep going buying your products from Asian beauty supply stores. Yet you keep going buying your products and food from Asian markets. This is why we can't get anything. And they're in our area. How the audacity of them to say no. But I tell you what, if we stop shopping with them, we can dry them up. there will be no Asian beauty supply stores in the area to ask. But see, we need to get on one accord. That's where we start doing the supporting the Black businesses only. And I mean only. That's where we need to start doing group economics with our people only. They are holding us back. And see, what they say, there's no systematic racism. But to me, if you're in my community, surrounding my community as well, and I have to ask you to use the distributor that everybody else is using in order to fund and to fill my beauty supply store, even though I still got to pay for those products. It's not free. They're still paying for the products from the distributor. So it's not like they're giving you anything. All they're doing is saying, okay, you can use the distributor. But without their okay, you cannot use the distributor. That's why when we do open beauty supply stores, it costs us hundreds of thousands of dollars out of our pocket because we can't get that wholesale price that they're getting. And then we keep going there buying stuff from them because their stuff is cheaper. Their stuff is cheaper because they're using a distributor that they won't allow Black people to use, and they're in our communities. The audacity.
Shout out to that sister. Shout out to this sister here. Like I said, there's many reasons why we should be doing this. But that reason right there, yeah, that's an even better reason. Yeah, the unaliving of our young brother Cyrus, that is the reason it kicked off. But learning this is another reason why it should motivate you. It should motivate each and every one of us to make sure that we thinking on the right accord. Either you're going to shop with these people and be locked out, or you can push them out and you can build for your own damn community. Shout out to First Class Citizen. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. Asians are the cosplayers of imitating. Excuse me. Asians are the cosplayers of imitating our skills and services with less authenticity, and you are absolutely correct, family, for that. You are absolutely correct. Shout out to our good brother Iron Will. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother. And Asians are selling their stuff from massage parlors. Yeah, wink, wink. Wink, wink. We know what goes on in those massage parlors, in those bathhouses. A B1 salute to Sean. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always. These folks are about to roll the dice and come up snake eyes. What did Wesley Snipes say in Passenger 57? Always bet on Black, and you are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And you know, Samuel Jackson said, I'm tired of these mother-loving snakes on these mother-loving planes. I'm tired of these mother-loving tethers in our mother-loving spaces. I'm tired of these mother-loving tethers in our mother-loving communities. Shout out to Fella Speaks in the building as well. Much love to you, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. FBA women do better hair and nails anyway. You are absolutely correct. Let's make this happen, FBA family. I'm looking for something to invest in, and FBA nail shops is a great start. Family, that's what we need. We need people who want to invest to get with people who want to run businesses, people who got the talent and the wherewithal, the know-all to get things done. That's what we need, for people to connect with each other and get things going, because that's what they got. That's what they're doing. Now, family, I want to show you how much they really, after we started talking about the boycott situation, they came out really showing their ass and showing us how much they truly do despise us. And you know I'm going to show you. Let's go. Yep. Right here.
Asian convenience store owner Rick Chow, charged with ending the life of a 14-year-old Black teen, was just found not guilty. And my reaction is, well, we already know what's going to happen. Riots. And that's the risk you take when you run a convenience business in a location where you will be absolutely inconvenienced. And this is an Asian versus Black situation. If you look online, you will see Blacks calling for mass direct action that no Asian wants. And I know Blacks look down on Asians in the field of physicality. That's just a reality.
Notice how they're trying to make it about them. Notice how they're trying to make it about them. Once again, notice how they're taking the spotlight off of the Asian who unalived a 14-year-old boy after chasing him for 130 goddamn yards. They want to take the light off of that and make them the victims.
Get so many messages from Black people resorting to potential violence because of my interpretations. And I'm not even going hard. It's because you look at me as inferior, which is fine. Now, I'll be the first to tell you when I get these messages that say, you better not say that shit in front of me or keep your mouth out of our business or else. It's like, yeah, I'll stay out of your way for sure. That small percentage making violent threats puts the entire weight of that threat onto every single person that looks like them. Like, I don't.
And yes, Toria, he did say that. He absolutely said that. And I also want you all to notice, family, he got an Asian shirt on, but the S is a what? Lightning bolt. The S is a lightning bolt. So guess who he's trying to get close to, who he's trying to be, who he believes Asians are close to and who they are. Oh yeah, Tori, it's definitely 100% projection.
I don't hate all Black people, but I'm afraid of the demographic. And if you internalize my fear as a good thing, I mean, that's on you. Because I have Black friends who are scared of Black people. I am absolutely terrified of the violence a person can do.
I have Black friends who are afraid of Black people. Sound just like the goddamn Nabisco. I got Black friends, so I can't be racist. I got Black kids, so I can't be racist.
Especially to a vulnerable person. Because I've been around violence and I see the patterns. It's not fun. Asian.
They got the song, right? Putting you on a t-shirt. Yeah, they just put this motherfucker on a t-shirt. These two parents failed Cyrus. Cyrus Carmack Belton. This little nigga had 3 names, right? So his first name and 2 last names. Well, he got 2 dads. Is that what it is? He got 2 dads? Loves playing with guns, right? Loves guns. Yeah, shouldn't be playing with guns, kiddo. The prosecution liked to talk about the water bottle, but it didn't like talking about the guns. This kid's 14 running around with a gun. His parents didn't give a shit about it during the trial. It was like, oh, he's, yeah.
You know, it's funny how you talk about a gun that was never pulled. It's funny that you don't talk about how the gun fell out of the bag after he was shot. It wasn't the fact that, he pulled the gun on anybody. No. It's the fact that people who look like you chased him out of a store 130 goddamn yards and then unalived him in the middle of the street in cold blood. And then they found out there was a gun. But these are the people. These are the brown people that people keep on trying to lump us up with when they say black and brown, when the Democrats come around saying black and brown, when the mother of Cyrus said black and brown. These are the browns. I think Tyler Perry got at least one thing right when he put meet the Browns. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the Browns.
A little 14-year-old kid walking around having a gun, that's normal. It's an Asian man's fault. Oh yeah, it's all his fault. That's why the kid's dead. No, the kid's dead because he had a gun on him. That's a fact. The kid's dead because he had a gun on him. And maybe there was a struggle. That China man had to end up, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't start no shit, won't be no shit, right? I say blame it on the parents. My poor baby. Like, you only hear about this kind of shit when it's another race versus a black kid, right? But when a black kid kills another black kid, because you don't get this national headlines, the world is so racist. The thing is, it's the outrage that's fucked up, right? The outrage is like, oh yeah, it's crazy. It's like everybody's killing little black babies. No, motherfucker, nigga babies be killing other nigga babies. It's amazing to me that nobody gives a fuck about black on black. Like, that's why he has a gun. Either he has a gun because he's afraid of another nigga kid, or he's trying to rob somebody. And that's the definition of fuck around and find out.
Family, is this what a coalition sounds like? Is this what allies sound like? It don't sound like allies to me. It sounds like motherfuckers who've been waiting a long time to get this out. A very long time. But let's move forward because I wanted to show you, family, do you know they have such a hatred for black people that these folks got these in Asia, they have these black dolls. They're called stress dolls that they actually make look like black people, black babies. And they beat on them, they stomp on them, they do some of the most extrinsic things to them. Let's go here. I want to show you. Like I said, none of this is goddamn in a vacuum.
Videos featuring a stress relief toy nicknamed Natasha are going viral online and sparking major controversy. The doll resembles a small black baby, and in many clips, users squeeze it, stomp on it, throw it, and even run it over for content. The videos are usually framed as jokes or stress relief, and the trend has spread quickly across social media. What caught people's attention is that these toys come in multiple colors, yet the trend seems heavily focused on this specific version of the doll. That immediately made some viewers uncomfortable. As the clip spread online, reactions became divided. Some people dismissed it as harmless internet humor involving a squishy toy. Others argued the videos felt disturbing, especially because the doll appears to represent a black child while being used in violent or humiliating ways. The debate quickly moved beyond the toy itself and turned into a larger conversation about race, online behavior, and how far people push trends for views and engagement. And now the internet is split. Some people say critics are overreacting to a toy, while others believe there's a reason this specific doll became the center of the trend in the first place. So what do you think? Harmless stress relief content, or does this trend cross a line?
今、中国版 TikTok で話題になっているもの、これがナターシャ、アフリカベビーのスクイーズ人形。中国版 TikTok では洋服を着せたり、メイクをしたり、まるで本物の赤ちゃんみたいに遊んでる動画が大量に出てきます。これが流行った理由。あるブロ
So apparently these Natasha doll are going very viral in mainland China. Now, as a Chinese American, I do want to address this, even though I'm very sick and I can barely talk. My throat hurts. So I want to bring awareness to this situation so that bigger content creator that is Chinese can see this video and address this situation. Now, a lot of Chinese Americans don't really use Xiaohongshu, so I'm not surprised that not a lot of people really come across this doll, to be specific. I only just found out now because someone commented on one of my videos. Now, I myself have no idea on what's going on Xiaohongshu because I'm not on it like 24/7. I'm not even on it like that.
Now, Xiaohongshu or whatever she said, it is actually another social media site, just in case people were wondering. It's a social media site it's like Red Note or whatever. It's specifically for Asia.
Now, I myself are very disappointed in mainland Chinese that is doing that on Xiaohongshu. I'm not saying all of them are doing it, but good majority that I saw, like quite a few video are doing it and they're selling it and stuff like that, promoting it and making video that like they smash it and they twist it. They do very much violent stuff to that doll. And it's crazy how people just feel so comfortable doing that. It doesn't matter what race you are. It's just fucked up to be racist and treating other skin color like they're nothing. Now that I put this video out, I do want to make sure that a lot of Chinese American or Chinese people that's on this app, you have a voice, say something about it. If you speak perfectly Chinese or you know how to speak, post a video on Xiaohongshu and address this situation, because honestly, my Chinese is not the greatest, especially when it comes to Mandarin, because they speak mainly Mandarin over there. I from my understanding, I heard that they're Hainan people, so they speak Mandarin, but I am very disappointed in Chinese people, like the one that did it. Okay, so my disclaimer out there is we see that this is racist and we're going to find a way to address it. I am trying my best at the moment to speak up about any racist situation that I see online, because I don't condone nothing. It doesn't matter what color, who you are. If I see something is racist, I will call it out if I see it, okay? Now, I don't want people to fight racism with racism, so please do not go to any, like, what is it called? Chinese people platform, like, that has nothing to do with it, and mock them or be racist. Like, you can
No. You don't get to tell me how to respond to your disrespect. I don't know where in the world you learned that. When you disrespect us, we get real petty with it, and ain't gonna be nobody that can stop us. That's it. That's all. Y'all make the decision to do these type of things. And none of you said anything about it until somebody else brought it up. So you knew exactly what was happening. You just didn't say nothing until we did. And that's exactly why I play this drop mostly all the dang time that I can. Let me where'd that drop go? Where'd that drop go? You know, because we gotta have the drop. You got to have the drop. There we go.
People know exactly what they're doing until they get exposed.
Now, of course, family, there would be a couple of people that have issue, that take issue with it, namely the tethers. Let's start here real quick.
Leave Asian people alone. After this recent Cyrus and Chow case, I've started reading comments and people are talking about boycotting Asian-owned businesses. This is exactly why I feel the need I got to produce race-related content, because if I don't, ridiculous narratives start taking hold and it just exacerbates racial tension. So far, I've been completely disgusted at some of the racist comments that I start seeing Black people make. What upsets me is that Black people should understand prejudice and discrimination and racism more than anybody else. And I'm watching you all impose the exact same things on the Asian community, and it's disgusting. A lot of Asian people have worked hard to build their family businesses and make lives for their families in America. And the fact that some of you all are entertaining the idea of boycotting some of their businesses behind a case involving one man is a completely terrible idea.
Notice what this tether never brought up. The fact that these Asians are hostile in our communities. In our communities. You're more worried about us taking our Black dollar away from a group of people that shouldn't even be in our communities, to be honest with you, who are put there as a buffer, who are put there as the white supremacist little counterpart to hoard over foundational Black Americans. What the hell are you talking about, sir? And I don't know whether you are a Skittle bag. I don't know whether you a tether. I don't know whether you just got an Asian wife. But keep the hell out of this business if you ain't for the real reason. You ain't mentioned Cyrus not once. And that goes for the many suspected tethers too. Let's go here.
I see all the Black people online.
Oh, no. This one, we're going to save this one. This one, I'm going to do at a later date. We're going to definitely do that because I want to chop that down piece by piece. But I do want to go to the mini tether here. Let's go here.
Black people. Asian people. Understand this. No, it is not all Asian-owned businesses, and you're not going to boycott all Asian-owned products because Asian-owned products are everywhere. But the second you feel microaggressions in an Asian-owned business or in any business at all, walk out. Where I live, I'm known for doing that shit. Like the second, I'm like, excuse me, I'll walk out. I will.
This is why we don't let children speak when adults are having conversations. When the adults are handling business, children need to be in the room playing their damn game or something. Little boy, you might not have understood this. You might not really understand this because I know you're a little tether. I know by your last name, Harajuka or whatever. Harajuka, whatever. And the way that you're speaking. But if you didn't notice, Cyrus was walking out of the door and they chased him for 130 yards before putting hot lead into his back. Like I said, family, these folks won't get it until it hits close to home. Now, there's a couple more things that I wanted to show you. Our good brother Black Alpha is getting ready to come up, get his broadcast going. And I also have to get ready to take off anyway to get on the road. But what I will be doing, I'm going to play just a few more things, family. Just a few more things. Because I want you to understand what boycotting or what or blackout is not. I came across this clip as well.
So while I'm here, while I have the time before I got to go to work, I'm deterring every black person from this door that I can.
And shout out to her for that. And I have no problem with her deterring black folks away from these other stores. But I have a problem with where she says she's deterring these people too.
Before I managed to get two brothers to leave this place, not even go in, and to go down the street to the Africans on 9th Ave.
The Africans on 9th Ave, didn't we say we're not rocking with no African businesses? Just because another boycott has started doesn't mean we've ended the boycott with the other group of people who was disrespecting us. Yeah, it's this Sister Brandy. I do know who she is. But this is my point. If we have already said, hey, we're not rocking with these people, I'm happy that you're turning other people away from all these other businesses, but then you go and send them back to the people that we said we wasn't rocking with in the first that started this shit off. Now, granted, they ain't unalive one of ours. I'll give them that. But that just quite literally throws me for a loop. So if something happens with the Latinos, are you going to be sending people from Latino stores over to the Asians? It makes absolutely no sense, and it is counterproductive. The whole goal is to make sure that we start putting our money back into each other. And if you ain't got stores around you that are black owned, I mean, I know that there are websites that you can go and order black products from black owned companies directly. If you got to find a location, maybe it's a few more blocks out of the way, but god dang it, that's the point. It's not about deterring our money right back into another foreigner's hands who still disrespects us. Exactly. Shout out to Full Armor of Yah, like the B1 Rolodex. Yeah, this is not what the goal is. This isn't what the goal is. The goal isn't to remove our funds to put it back into the hands of another foreigner. Now, I got a few more clips, like I said, because apparently the Nabiscos are coming out saying what the hell they really want to say about these Asians. And they're starting to catch that. And now they're starting to kind of backtrack. There's a lot of people trying to backtrack on it, but we're letting people know it's a little too late. I don't know if you guys have listened to Tariq Spaces. You've heard Dr. Davinsky, the resident white supremacist. Well, here he is in the flesh, and he has some things to say about the Asians.
So I guess there's a new conversation about whether SAT scores are as important and they should be maybe downgraded for college admissions and acceptance into universities. Italian insurance office says because Asians send their kids to SAT factories to learn ways to cheese the game and test without any actual academic skill involved. If you eliminate that, then things get more fair. And I agree. I was talking to this Korean girl from LA, and she told me that from the age of kindergarten all through high school, everyone in her town, every Korean, every East Asian, after school, they'd go to another 5 years of after-school tutoring. And, if you get a few extra points on an SAT or the ACT, are you really that much smarter? And, this is this is why universities, they look at marks and they look at admissions holistically. It's like, well, in some sense, if you come from the hood or if you come from a trailer park and your parents are addicted to drugs, You've got criminal underclass all around you. You've never gone on an overseas vacation. And someone's able to rise to the ranks and get admitted into a good university with a few points less than someone who went on family trips, had private tutoring, that had a stay-at-home mom, that had, this spatial advantage in their neighborhoods. I'd say that person, for coming from the hood or coming from a trailer park that is able to get a relatively similar ranged mark, is a smarter person. They have more drive, they have more natural intelligence, crystallized and fluid intelligence than this privileged Asian. And this is why Stop Asian Hate was such a ridiculous movement, because Asians are the most privileged group in America. They live the...
Did Davinsky just say that the Asians are the most privileged group in America? Did he say that the Stop Asian Hate was so stupid? And it actually was, because they used us as their little stepping platform to get their anti-Asian hate crime bill. So now the Nabiscos are coming out saying, oh, this is so dumb, because y'all have just as much privilege as they do. But continue.
Longest. They have the longest life expectancy. They have the lowest incarceration rates. Some people will say, well, this is a privilege. Being born into something that you did not earn yourself is privilege, right? And so, yeah, I think that this Italian insurance officer has made a good point.
All right, that was that. I want you to hear what this young lady had to say.
These are some things that white people say about Asian people in private. If you're a person who falls into this demographic, you might have heard these things before, but if you're a white person, stop fucking saying these things. Number one, the Chinese food boycott by white people during the COVID pandemic. Yeah, I know of many white people who will still not eat Chinese food ever since the pandemic because they are convinced that somehow eating Chinese food is supporting China, or that they're going to somehow contract the virus through the food because of the connections that they have. Number two, saying that Asian people smell bad. This is a very pervasive myth among white conservative people, specifically referring to South Asian people. Number three, not knowing the difference between the different languages in Asia and just referring to anyone who looks remotely Asian as Chinese. Number four, refusing to visit any country in Asia, whether it's Japan, Thailand, etc., because it is either dirty or because they don't want to support the enemy. Number five, assuming that any Asian person who has had a successful career cheated because of the way Asian people are raised to be very intelligent, definitely rooted in race. I'll be making more of these videos in the series, so comment if you have any other ones that you think I've forgotten. Bye.
So I guess the Asians start hearing the Nabiscos come out speaking the truth about what they think about Asians and how they do things when Asians are around in situations such as that. And then I started seeing a trend of videos start coming out like this.
I've been seeing a lot of videos about people being mad about this boycott of Asian-owned businesses. And I understand the discourse. Asian American immigrants, historically, we came over here, we made stores. That's how we made our living. And I understand that. But you also have to understand the other viewpoint. Asians have never actually shown that we are solid with another community, that will stand up for them, that will fight with them. You understand me? So why would anyone want to support someone who's working against them? You know what I mean? I've also been seeing this counter argument of like, oh, how come we aren't boycotting the white stores or the white-owned stores? Well, how come you aren't boycotting the white stores? You know what I mean? Like,
Asians, he asked you a question. This is from another Asian. You can't say it's hateful. I'm not being xenophobic. It's your own people asking, why the hell aren't you boycotting the white folk? Why is it that you need to be around and circled in their energy? All right, let's let them continue.
why are we looking to the black community to do all the work? It should be all of us working equally. You know, understand what I'm saying? For what equality is. Like, if we want to say, Asian Americans want to say, then we have to actually stand up and like use our voices. You understand what I'm saying?
Fuck Ricky Chow. As a Cambodian American, Asian American, and child immigrants and refugees, we do not condone his actions. We do not harm children, elderly people, or pregnant women. If a child needs water and cannot afford it, we provide it with it.
Rick Chow was found not guilty of murdering Cyrus Carmack Belton. Rick Chow is a gas station owner, and Cyrus was a 14-year-old black boy. May he rest in power. Why do we say rest in power for black people who have been shot and killed? We say rest in power because they didn't have power in this life. This is an example of anti-blackness in the Asian American community. And y'all, as Asian Americans, we gotta rep better. You will not get extra points for siding with white supremacy. You will not get extra points for being an exploiter capitalist piece of shit. And even if he did steal something, which he didn't, because the camera footage showed that he got chased 100 yards without having stolen anything. It's just not that serious. Theft of property is not as serious as taking a life.
And so today is a day of reckoning, a day of reckoning within the Asian American community to recognize our complicity in upholding the institutions of white supremacy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Today, we have to interrogate our own anti-Blackness that exists in our community. That we have to recognize our own privilege and anti-Blackness that has existed for decades. That we have to understand that any progress that we have towards defeating Asian hate is inextricably tied to the progress of our Black and brown brothers and sisters.
Now, family, I know how y'all feel because I'm feeling the same way. Too little, too damn late. And the family made sure that they know too.
This video is strictly for that man, that Asian man to be specific, that made that declaration and tried to triple double dog dare the Black community to boycott the Asian community, to boycott nail salons, beauty supply stores, Chinese food stores, any type of business that is owned by an Asian. You tried to dare us and tell us and challenge on how far we can get with boycotting y'all businesses. You must not know. You must not understand what our buying power is. If it wasn't for us, this shit would not be moving. And I wish a lot of us would understand that. Understand how far our money goes. How necessary it is for our money to move this economy here in the United States and around the world. We are that. We are that. We need to stop spending our money. I literally need to get my nails done. I was planning on getting my nails done this weekend. I needed to make an appointment. I told myself earlier this week, Kiana, make an appointment to go get your nails done. Now all this shit then popped off. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done. I'm going to have to sacrifice not getting my nails done because we need to start standing on business. We cannot continue to let these people disrespect us. It has gone on for far too long, far too long. We have to set a precedent for what we will and will not accept. What happened with that young man that got shot? It was in South Carolina, that was killed in cold blood. That was murder. That young man was murdered over a bottle of water that he did not even steal. And that man got to walk off scot fucking free and still have his business or businesses within our communities. How dare you have your businesses set up in our communities and you just pillaging us off, picking us off. Y'all, we need to stand for something. Y'all need to stand for something. Whatever it is that you get from out of these Asian businesses, there is a Black business that you can support, whether it is within your community or even if you got to start ordering stuff online for these businesses. Y'all drop in my comments what city you're in and give our people some options on if you're in Atlanta, nail techs that can do your nails, beauty supply stores. And this is for any city. Y'all drop in these comments and start naming these Black service providers that you know that we frequent when it comes to these Asian people so that we can start giving our money to our people.
Family, when she sent out that kite, oh, you best believe the family came rushing in. All kind of videos, all kind of comments, but let's go here.
So I just had customers come in and say that we need to make some content because people are asking for Black-owned businesses. I don't have no content ideas, so I'm just going to show you the store. We are Personal Treasures Beauty Supply Store located in Greensboro. We are Black-owned. It's my granddaddy and grandparents own the store. And we're the only people that work here. You will never see anybody but me or my granddaddy work at the store, or my sister sometimes. But we have all hair products, all crochet, everything. We even have a salon in the back. The salon does not walk in. You do have to call or make an appointment. But we are 100% Black-owned. They don't get no blacker than us, honestly. We're also A&T. My granddaddy went to A&T. I went to Central. A little house about it. But yeah, Greensboro natives. So I just had customers come in and say that we.
Oh, that's one. Let's go here.
of the man daring the Black community to boycott Asian businesses. And he's basically saying, like, y'all can't, y'all need us. And I saw in the comment section on this video, a lot of people were like, challenge accepted. And I'm kind of hoping deep in my heart, this motivates the Black community to get on their grind. Because a lot of people don't seem to think that we have things. Could it be better? Yes, we definitely have to work harder to get a foothold in these marketplaces. But I'm from Detroit, right? I grew up in Detroit. So there are a lot of Black-owned gas stations in Detroit. I don't think Davis brothers still own that Shell on Outer Drive. I used to love that gas station because I could take my car there and get service, no problem. But I do know he owns like that tow shop across the street or something. But there are, Express Quick and Lube Auto Repair, Ace Petroleum, the Sicko gas station. We have cleaners, Black-owned cleaners, y'all. Most of your grandmas and coworkers are seamstress. That's their side hustles. I've been talked about how Black women dominated the beauty space for a long time, and it was kind of taken over by other communities. We do have, again, tailor shops. We have Black-owned banks. We have Black-owned liquor stores. We don't have like a Black-owned like TV brand like they do. A lot of our electronics do come from Asia, so they get that on lock, okay? So he kind of right when he say, you need us for certain stuff because they making sure they right, which you can't be mad at. But, that's an opportunity, y'all. Somebody get in here and manufacture something here on American soil made by Americans. I don't even think America has its own like brand for technology that makes TVs and stuff like that. At least I don't think so. We do have the phones, like Apple or whatever, but it'd be nice if, somebody who's a Black American can get into that market. But let's watch the video, y'all.
Boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get it.
We don't need to watch the video. We already seen it. And why does it look like this guy got on eyelashes? He a whole ass punk. Ain't that some stuff? Anyhow, family, like I said, family, we're energized. And I want to make sure I play this as well. We got to go back to our sister Jazzy real quick. Shout out to our sister.
And let me come say this real quick too. If we don't call a boycott, a ban, we're not even fucking with these people no more. And you take your Black ass into one of their establishments and something happens to you, they racially profile you, okay? They accuse you of shoplifting. They physically assault you or they kill your Black ass. Do not call on the Black community because we will not show up. Whatever the fuck happens to you, pick Migos, okay? From here on out, when we all said that we are implementing a boycott and a ban, we not fucking with them no more. If you cross-strike lines, don't even post a video, motherfucker. Don't even post a video. Because from here on out, from June 2026 and on forward, if your Black ass get caught out there, your Black ass gonna stay out there. And let me come say this real quick too.
Shout out to our sister Jazzy for that, because the fact of the matter is, we've already seen another situation take place, and we don't want to see no more like it. Let's go here in closing.
Lady goes into this Asian-owned beauty supply store, and they separate her from her kids because she's on the inside, right? They think she's shoplifting, so they locked her in the store while her kids are outside of the store on the other side. Check this out.
About all that stuff, she said she had to scan my bag, y'all.
So what's in the bag? And then your chain.
Ain't nothing in my bag, just all the stuff in there, y'all. Everything that I've been bought, been had, all that. This lady gonna try my baby outside. She shut the door while my baby outside, and I'm trying to open the door for her as if I was trying to steal from this fucking store that I just paid all cash for my items. I didn't steal nothing. Then my baby outside, you gonna shut the motherfucking door while I'm trying to open it for her because I see her standing outside and it's raining like somebody trying to steal from this store. Like I don't come here all the time.
And they know this Black woman. They said she's a loyal customer. They see her all the time, but they had no problem traumatizing and shaming this family. And look who separated the family, who had the mother inside the store while the kid was outside the store, locked in. Look who did it. Yeah, these Asians, they'll hire Hispanics. Hell, they'll even learn Spanish. They'll hire Africans, but they're not going to hire no Black Americans, even though Black Americans is 90% of their customer base, right? And they set up these shops, these beauty empire supply shops right in the Black American community. Follow you around the store, hurry up and buy. And you continue to go back to these stores and experience the same disrespect. Hell, you have more protection shopping at a white-owned business. At least you'll get media coverage. At least the ACLU or NAACP, Black Lives Matters will show up if worst case scenario, if something went bad with you shopping at a white-owned store. And if ultimately, like worst case scenario, they lay your peoples out right there in the street with one in their back, yeah, you'll get some type of lawsuit. You have media coverage. You have protests. But if a minority do it to another minority, if a minority do it to a black person, no media coverage. BLM ain't coming out. NAACP ain't coming out. Al Sharpton ain't coming out. You there on your own, right? And they gonna be innocent. Rest in peace to Cyrus. But they've been doing this before Cyrus. And this is right there in Houston. Yeah, Beauty Empire Supply. Continue to support them, and you're gonna continue to get the same results.
And since they're right there in Houston, I'm actually going to be taking a trip down there tomorrow. Yeah, buddy. We're going to have some conversations about that later. Family, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. And I wanted to show you all exactly what the scenario and the scene on the ground was. And at the end of the day, we already know what to do. The Most High just keep giving us examples of why we need to do it. Before we get up out of here, let me go ahead and touch on the rest of the super chats that came through here. Shout out to August Dreams in the building. Much love to you, my sister. Thank you for your contribution, and I appreciate your super chat as always. Shabbat shalom. Shalom to you, family. Blessings and peace, church, to all in the chat. Salute, brother. This broadcast is fire. Thank you for being here, my warrior sister, and I appreciate your contribution. Shout out to Claire. Thank you for your contribution. Your super chat is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always. Stay on code, family, and that's the only way we're going to get things done, if we're staying on code. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Shout out to our sister Cynthia in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Yo, super chat is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always. FBA, stand strong. We got this. I'm ready to invest in us. Yes, that's where we are. Shout out to our good brother Iron Well. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. In the words of Jason Black, this is good. Shout out to you, my warrior brother. Shout out to our sister Sharice. Much love to you, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my warrior sister, as well as once again, first class citizen. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is once again blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Wasn't it Sheila Tetherly who gave these pests an anti-hate crime bill? Amongst others. She might have been the face at the time, but it was all of them. All of them. And once again, shout out to our good brother Iron Will. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation once again is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contributions as always. Safe travel, good brother. I pray for you and whoever you're traveling with. Get to your destination safely. Much love to you, my brother. And I'm gonna make sure that I take my little power tool to make sure that is the case. I want to give a B1 salute to each and every one of you who donated, whether by Cash App, Super Chat, PayPal, or anywhere else. I want to thank you all for lending me some of your time. And I want to thank just the universe. I want to thank the Most High for bringing us once again to a place where we're seeing with our own eyes the disrespect. So it's up to us to now make that decision. Are we picking survival? Are we picking being played? Are we picking moving on up? Are we picking being stepped on and continuously? This is our choice to make. And at the end of the day, I feel the shift. I know certainly everybody feels the same way. It's time for a way better world for us. And because of that time, it's time to make that better world. It's time to change this one. But with that being said, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you hit that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Shout out to our sister Sean C. Got the buzzer beater. Much love to you. Thank you for your super chat, my sister. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. Family, I was so touched. Let me rephrase that. I was so moved when I saw the reaction. There were so many more reactions I wanted to play, but in the interest of time, I didn't. But there are so many reactions to what that Asian man said. And that's what makes me feel so damn good about this movement once again. You are not only basically doubling down on your hatred towards us, but then you're challenging us. And you know one thing about foundational Black Americans, we are competitive. So when you challenge us, just bet your bottom dollar that shows how scared you are. You know how much money comes to your community through us. You know that you cannot be put into the Nabisco community. And you know if you take your businesses and put them in your own community, you guys will be competing against each other. So some of you will have to go out of business. You know, just like we know. And guess what? Since we all know, just continue to do your work. Because everything you're doing is bringing all of our naysayers right on over here with us. But with that being said, family, much love to each and every one of you. Thank you for lending me some of your Friday evening. I will be in our Brother Black Alpha's live. I might not be typing so much because, like I said, I'm going to be on the road for a bit. However, I can't wait to hear our brother go to hell off on this stuff too. As you know, he's about to do. But with that being said, family, you all stay safe, stay blessed, stay Black, stay foundational. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us Black people. He doing everything in the world to make Black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us Black people going to survive. Yeah. So fuck everybody. I'm off.